but under control. And you men in the backfield there, I want you to analyze before you move. If they throw a forward pass, wait till you see the ball in the air, and then go and get it. And when we get it, boys, that's when we go on offense. That's when we go two. And don't forget we're going to pick on one tackle that's on this week. We're going inside them. We're going outside them. Inside them and outside them. And when we get them on the run once, we're going to keep them on the run. And we're not going to pass unless our secondary comes up too close. But don't forget, man, we're going to get them on the run. We're going to go. And we aren't going to stop until we go to that goal line. Don't forget, man, today's the day we're going to win. They can't lick it, and the black out of the goal. The first whistle of the man go in there and fight. What do you say, man?
Get ready for high school football tonight on G&G Productions. Our coverage tonight brought to you by Jesse Insurance, Campbellsville and Lebanon, your independent insurance agency. Snappy Tomato Pizza in Springfield. Dr. Isaacs Jr. Dentistry, General Dentistry and Orthodontics. Farmers National Bank, by your side for more than 130 years. Lebanon Tourism. Lebanon is the heart of Central Kentucky. John Elder IV Attorney, let Johnny Rocker work for you. Lisa Kearns, Exit Realty. The Marion County Industrial Foundation, putting people back to work. Springfield State Bank, built and growing on friendly service. Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain, attorneys at law in Springfield. Sarge Pollock for House of Representatives. Citizens National Bank. Danville Office Equipment. Beach Fork Sporting Clays and Upland Hunting. Don McCauley, attorney at law. It's time now to head to the field for high school football tonight on G&G Productions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your G&G Snappy Tomato pregame show. Beautiful night here at John J. Boswell Field as Marion County gets set to take on district rival, the Valley Vikings. Joined tonight by Richie Buckler. It's going to be a beautiful night, 65 degrees and sunny. As you walk in, the cheerleaders got the face paint station going on. The grills are fired up with some folks out there tailgating, and we're going to get you set right here over the next hour for this district game. Good evening, Matthew Thomas, Richie Buckler here. Big Rich, how's it going?
It's going good. Like you said, beautiful night for some football. Marion County Knights, they're in the meat of their schedule. We're in district play, so really fired up to watch a good football game tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. Marion County comes in with a record of 1-4, coached by Arthur Carter. They beat Thomas Nelson, lost to Bardstown, Washington, Spencer, and Nelson. Valley comes in with a 2-4 record, coached by Robert Henning. They beat Wagner and John Harden, and then lost to Fairdale, PRP, Doss, and Manual. So, they've each played one district game. Marion County lost to Spencer. Valley beat John Harden. So, tonight's going to be a test of where we kind of stand. Seems to be Spencer County kind of probably going to be the 1 seed, and Marion County could fall anywhere from that 2 to 5 seed in district play.
Yeah, I think the rest of the district, of course, everybody wants to win every game they play, but I think, that 2 seed is up for grabs, and Marion County and Valley both have their eyes on it. Marion County and Valley, a lot of similarities between those two teams. I think tonight we're going to see a smash mouth style type football game. And so there's a lot to play for tonight, and I would assume both teams will come out geared up and fired up and ready to play.
Marion County going to be without one of their stars in the backfield. Caden Coward out tonight. Going to look for a few other players. I know last week they went with Will Daugherty, replaced him, moved Jaleel Smith to the fullback slot, and Landon Cox taking over the quarterback role. Running the bone. What do you look for them to do tonight? Going to mix it up any there?
Yeah, I think that Marion County is looking at their backfield like it's running back by committee. You're going to see Jonathan Marples run the ball. You're going to see Foster run the ball. You're going to see Will Daugherty run the ball. Jaleel Smith, he had quite a few yards on the ground last week. So like I said, I think it's going to be running back by committee for Marion County. And also we've got our left tackles out tonight. Peyton Young, I believe he's a little under the weather. So looking forward to see how the line is going to respond to that absence.
Gotcha. Now, I know talking to you, trying to, set up some things for this game, you was talking about Valley coming in. They're going to run the wing tee, and I'll let you kind of say a few things about that, as you were a water boy back in the day when Glenn Spalding used to run the wing tee at Marion County.
Yeah, I was around that day. I prefer the term manager.
Manager.
Definitely. Glenn Spalding, Mark Brown, they ran that wing tee over Nelson County, had a lot of success with it. That's, from what I understand, that's what Valley's going to run tonight, with the wing tee. A lot of misdirection, a lot of eye candy, a lot of sweeps and waggles and dives and blasts and powers. And I like it, but you know what? I think Marion County, their game plan is to just play it straight up, not get gimmicky, but take out their best running backs. That's what you do when you defend the wing tee. You key on their best runners, and you take them out of the game.
Right, looking at Valley come out, I was talking to Coach Carter. He said, man, they got some big guys on film. And, looking at them coming off the bus and on the field right now, they got some physically gifted guys, large in stature. So, Marion County going to have the work cut out for them tonight.
Yeah, I know. When I pulled in, they were getting off the bus, and I thought, goodness, they look pretty good. Their line, they're not just big, but they got length to them. Hear Coach Mark Stoops talking about, finally his line has a lot of length. When your linemen have a lot of length, they can present a lot of problems. And this Valley looks like their offense and defensive line is going to have a lot of length.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Carter after last Saturday, and he had already looked at the Valley versus John Hardin film. Kind of surprising to me that Valley came away with the win, but after seeing them on the field here, I'm not surprised. And this is just going to be a really big game, looking a month down the field of what the playoffs are going to look like, in a 5-district team. Not every team is guaranteed. You're only going to send 4. So, Marion County can get on the good side of things tonight, get a win in that column, and may set them up to go into November and still be playing football.
Yeah, I think, like I said, they're in the meat of their schedule. Every game is the biggest game of the year. So I think that's how Marion County and both Valley are approaching this. It's a must-win game. Every game's a must-win game at this point. They both have a ton to play for.
Yeah, I was looking at the last few Marion County games. You had Bardstown, you had Washington, you had Spencer, Nelson. Nelson much improved. That's a tough stretch right there. Spencer's playing about as good as anybody around here. They played Bardstown really, really well over at Bardstown. And like we said earlier, probably the clear-cut one right now in the district, but after that, it's open. So moving along before we take our first break on the Snappy Tomato pregame show, what are some keys to the game you think for Marion County if they're going to come out and get their district win?
I think that last week, I think we had some fumbles. I think Coach Carter mentioned that, felt like we left some points on the field. So taking care of the football, doing what you do good. All right, not trying to be gimmicky, not trying to be somebody you're not, doing what you do well, taking care of the football, linemen setting up their blocks, opening up those holes, runners hitting those rows, just doing what you do well.
Awesome. And that's another thing, Coach Carter, he told me last week, he said, we should have been 14-7 going into the halftime. He said they had 250, 300 yards of rushing. You look at the scoreboard when I woke up Saturday, I was like, that was a tough game. But when I saw him, he was very, very positive. He said, no. The scoreboard is not indicative of what really happened. He said, we left a lot of points on the field last night. And he was upbeat and fired up for this game. So with that being said, we're about 50 minutes away from kickoff here at John J. Boswell Field. Marion County getting set to take on the Valley Vikings. We're going to take our first break, and then I'll let Hal Bees take over the headset and get right back to where he's the best at, and I'll head down to the field and look for some pregame interviews. So you're listening to Football, a G&G production.
Snap, snap. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
We make your pizza with our authentic recipe.
Snappy Tomato Pizza.
Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily.
Snappy Tomato Pizza. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
I'm ready for a Snappy Tomato Pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com. At Farmers National Bank in Lebanon, we'd like to say, wow! Wow! Thank you for voting us the best bank in Marion County, the best checking and savings in Marion County, the best loans and lending in Marion County, the best mortgages in Marion County, the best customer service in Marion County, and the one we're proud of, the best place to work in Marion County. Farmers National Bank, we're here for you. Farmers National Bank, 136 West Main Street in Lebanon and 2160 Campbellsville Highway. Farmers National Bank, member FDIC. Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky. It's definitely the place to shop. Shop in Lebanon for that special spring outfit, for that just right fit for an upcoming wedding. How about custom tees? Downtown Lebanon has you covered, literally. No matter the size of your group, tees for schools, churches, businesses, clubs, and much more. Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky. Florists, gift shops, wedding attire, framing, and that just right fit for a pair of shoes. Check out Lebanon today and find out why they're a place to shop.
To a farmer, a handshake is as good as a contract, and a man's word is something you can actually build on. So to have an insurance agent who's accountable, trustworthy, and dedicated to providing the best customer service possible, well, that sure does go a long way. And that's why the farmers in Lebanon trust Jesse Insurance.
To hear more about their farm insurance products, stop by 101 South Spalding Avenue, across from the post office. Call 270-595-0000. Jesse Insurance, the agent with choices. Protect what you sow.
Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. is a second-generation dentist in his hometown of Springfield, and he and his staff invite you to his office at 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. They offer family dentistry as well as digital dentistry where no impressions are needed. Their all-digital technology allows you to get crowns, bridges, partials, and implants with no discomfort. Results are more accurate and quicker. For family dentistry, see Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield, or call today at 859-336-7680. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., a reason to smile since 1963.
Try to think of the most convenient bank service you could hope for. How about banking from your mobile phone? Well, Springfield State Bank has it. With our new mobile banking, you can monitor your checking account, transfer money, even pay your bills right from your cell phone. Enrollment is easy. Just visit our website at www.springfieldstate.com for details. Springfield State Bank, we're your locally owned community bank doing big bank things. We want to make banking easy for you. Springfield State Bank, member FDIC.
I better cut a walker.
Son, you don't have a claim, but your brother does.
At John A. Elder Law, I'll be up front with you in determining whether you need representation. I will strive to treat you with compassion, like I would my own family. When you hire me, you get my time, my advice, and my personal sell.
Call the Rocker, where compassion meets credibility.
Marion County stands at the intersection of life, legacy, and vision. Welcome to Marion County, the heart of Kentucky. We're hiring today at Hendrickson Axle Company in Lebanon. Apply today online at work4h.com. Competitive wages, competitive benefit package. Hendrickson Axle, the world rides on us. The Lebanon Marion County Industrial Foundation. Welcome to Marion County, in the heart of Kentucky.
Hi, everybody. Hal B. Good joining in with the night crew. Richie Buckler right here and Matthew Thomas doing a great job. We're sending Matthew Thomas down to the field. He's down the field right now. He's talking to the Valley head coach about tonight's ball game. It's Robert Henning and Matthew Thomas. Matthew? Gotcha. That's awesome, and congratulations to you guys on that. What's some things you guys worked on this week getting ready for the game tonight?
Well, we know that this team wants to run the ball. We know that they're fundamentally sound, and we know that they run a really solid 4-4 defense and that they can bring a lot of pressure. So really we just hope to stay within ourselves and not make any big mistakes or anything like that. But we know that this is very important to both of our programs, and that they put a whooping on Valley last year very badly. And so we know that they're a dangerous team.
Coach, I appreciate it, and good luck to you guys tonight and the rest of the year. Appreciate it. Back to you, Hal.
Thank you, Matthew. We'll be coming back to you in just a moment as you'll be talking to head coach of the Marion County Knights, Arthur Carter. Back up in the box with Richie. You know, we're talking in the pregame. This could be a very dangerous Valley team. They've got a couple of really nice wins coming into this Marion County game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, kind of just to go off of what their coach just said. You know, they've had talent, but it's just about putting it together. It's just about having that continuity, that chemistry. And I think that it sounds like this new coach here, he's putting that together. So I think they've got the skill set. Valley's got a bright future.
Well, when you look at let's face it, from a location standpoint, Valley is a fur piece, as they say, from Marion County. So we don't really know a lot about anything else than what we see on film or reading the paper about them.
Right. I mean, I was asking somebody just a minute ago, who's the best athlete that you know of that ever came out of Valley, and, just couldn't get an answer. But, it's, growing up here in Marion County, we always said if we played somebody from Louisville,
right.
We were expecting them to have athletes, to have speed, to have some talent. And I think Valley's putting together something nice here.
Yeah, for Marion County tonight, and I know you and Matthew are going to talk more and more about this, fundamentals are going to be especially important here tonight against a team that you probably match up with as well as anybody you have in a while.
Right. Well, that coach was talking about our 4-4 defense, and I think that's what Coach Carter is just trying to instill, is not being gimmicky, just doing what you do right, getting lined up, being in the right position, knowing your assignment, playing them straight up, being tough, smash mouth football. That's what Coach Carter's bringing to the table for the Knights.
Well, yeah, and that has to be something that is, you were, as you said, you used to be, I'll call you the trainer for Glenn Spalding. Yeah. You've got some history behind you. But this Marion County history of football, you go back a few years and even back to the Tommy Simpson days. I mean, there's a lot of pride involved in this Marion County football program.
Right, yeah, you trace it back. The history of our program here, when we've had real success, we've always had that identity of being tough, of being hardworking, kind of smash mouth football. That's been the identity of the good Marion County teams in the past.
We'll be going down to Matthew Thomas in just a few moments as the coaches are all getting warmed up right now. And he'll be talking again to Coach Carter, head coach of the Marion County Knights. We do want to welcome a new sponsor and a new advertiser, and just really a good guy. Johnny Rocker will be doing what we call tonight the hit of the Johnny Rocker about this. It gets back to the true tradition of what Marion County used to do, and that is that hard-hitting defense.
Yeah, we appreciate Johnny Rocker. He's just excited as anybody about having that add up, that new element to the G&G Productions. Now, that hit of the game, that's going to be fun. Hopefully, I know Johnny Rocker's on vacation right now. Hopefully he's tuned in. He said he would try to be. So I'm looking forward to seeing that play out tonight.
Matthew Thomas is down on the field. He's got the head coach of the Marion County Knights, Arthur Carter. Matthew.
Arthur Carter, Marion County Knights, first-year head coach. Coach, got a good one tonight. District opponent Valley. How you feeling tonight?
Well, I feel great. I've got that competitive mindset right now. I'm ready to roll. I hope our young men have had mentally had a good night's sleep and ready to come out here and set a tone early and dominate the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. I've been around you the little bit I do, and one thing I know is you're full of energy and always ready to go. I know last Saturday I talked to you, he's like, man, they got some big kids jumped out on film, and when they got off the bus today, I was like, I see what he was talking about.
Yeah, they got some big guys, and but we got a few big guys ourselves. But we have got to dominate the line of scrimmage tonight. That's going to be priority number one, and if we do that, we'll be okay. If we don't do that, it won't turn out well.
Absolutely. I know they're going to come out running the wing tee. We're going to set in the bone. I'm going to let Richie take care of the line of scrimmage, former lineman up there. Any last words before we let you get back to business?
Well, I hope that hope this one turns out a little bit different than last time I seen you guys. But you know, we're going to come out and give it a good effort. I feel like our kids are ready to play tonight, and you know, we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely, Coach. Good luck, and we appreciate everything you're doing in Marion County building this program up.
I appreciate you.
Back to you guys.
I think Matthew says it right there with the head coach. You know, building a program and the things you're doing right, that's a combination of things you got to have as a coach.
Yeah, it's you know, it's small steps. It's the little things. It's brick by brick, building it up. Coach Carter is doing that. You know, he's in the trenches day in and day out. You know, I saw him in the halls today, building the kid up, talking to a kid, just being positive with him, a player. And that's what he's doing. He's making relationships, building relationships, laying that foundation. It's going to be important moving forward.
We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it's going to be a really good pregame. You want to make sure to call your neighbors and friends, especially if you have someone involved in the Marion County Youth Football League, because we're going to try and get as many of them as we can on, not only during the pregame, but also at the half on our production here this evening. So it'll be really great for you to be able to see it right from the comfort of your own home, your own iPad, or your own iPhone. Keep it right here. We're back with more in a moment. High school football. It's a G&G production.
I am Sarge Pollock, State Representative for the 51st District, made up of Marion and Taylor County. Growing up on a farm taught me hard work and family values, and building relationships to serve others has always been important to me. Faith, family, and integrity are the three principles I live my life by, and the foundation to serve Marion County in the 51st District. I am Sarge Pollock, your State Representative, because it matters.
Paid for by Michael Sarge Pollock for State Representative.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
50 years ago, Richard Nixon was the president and The Godfather was in theaters.
While a lot has changed in 50 years, one thing that has remained the same is the firm of Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain. Since 1972, Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain has been assisting the people of Central Kentucky in many areas of the law, including personal injury, domestic relations, real estate, and estate planning.
And call us at 859-336-3901 and let the reputable attorneys at Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain work for you.
This is an advertisement.
You've surely heard of folks who have bought a car that turns out to be a lemon. Before you know it, your dream car turns into a nightmare with breakdown after breakdown. The same thing happens with car loans. You might think it's a sweetheart deal, but it turns sour overnight. If you have a lemon car loan, it's time to refinance with C&V of Lebanon. The rates are great. Application process is simple, and they'll turn that lemon loan into sweet lemonade. Stop by today or call 270-692-2113. C&V of Lebanon. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Let me take just a second to tell you about Beach Fork. If you like sporting clays, guided hunts, and lodging, well, Beach Fork Outdoors is ready for you. They're located amidst the beautiful rolling hills of Springfield, Kentucky, in the heart of the Bourbon Trail. The Sporting Clays course exhibits scenery unlike any other. With 12 stations, the Upland Bird Hunting Package offers a vast acreage of well-maintained food plots. The Parlor is our lodge. It offers hearty southern home-cooked meals and a private living suite with breathtaking views. Beach Fork Outdoors, 2938 Macville Road in Springfield, or call 859-481-5310.
The following is a paid advertisement.
The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located at 144 West Main Street in Lebanon. Ms. McCauley handles cases in many areas in law, including DUI, DWI, divorce and family law, employee rights, real estate, wills and estates. The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located in Lebanon at 144 West Main Street. Or you may call her office today for an appointment at 270-692-0684. Back here at the John J. Boswell Field, Hal Good, Richie Buckler in the box. Go to Matthew Thomas in just a moment. I want to remind you that, again, we want you to give a big like and a big heart as we get started. We're getting all the viewers that we can here this evening to watch Marion County and Valley. And we're only about a half hour away from that kickoff.
the importance of Little League football. Richie, you've been a part of it. You've coached it. It's a necessity.
It is a necessity. If you look at the successful programs across the state, there's continuity between the high school, the middle school, and the youth league. And that was Coach Carter. That was one of his first talking points as a head coach here. He said, I want our high school program to be involved with our youth program. Those youth kids, they look up to these high school kids. I can remember, being in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, getting autographs on youth nights like this. So it just makes a huge difference to have that continuity.
Well, you and Matthew have done a great job in lining up a lot of coaches and players. Let's go directly to the field with Matthew Thomas and get it started. Matthew?
Appreciate it, guys. I'm here with Coach Vallis Mudd, assistant coach for the high school, and that's where we'll start this conversation off. Vallis, how's practice been this week? How's it been going as you all prepare for Valley?
Well, the energy's been high. The guys have prepared well. It's time to go execute.
That's awesome. And not only is Vallis a high school coach, he's also the head coach of the 1st and 2nd grade Knights, coming off an absolute offensive explosion last week. His kids came out and hung 42 points up. Coach, tell us a little bit about how that season's going.
Well, of course, it's Little League, so you got a lot of younger guys. Excuse me, sorry. It's going good, man. The kids are learning. They're getting better every day. That's all I can ask for.
That's great. Tomorrow, put in a little plug. You guys are playing at Barstown at 10 o'clock. Should be a good matchup. Anything else you got to say? Anything going on with the youth? Because that's what we're talking about. You got kids that age. It's all about getting them out, getting them going, and, building something for the future. Because like we've talked about, this thing getting built overnight, it takes from the ground up, and you guys got this program moving in the right direction.
You hit it on the head. I think with these young kids, it's all about showing them the steps to be. When they get here, they know what to do, and they love the game. So that's my job. I try to coach these kids, make sure they fall in love with the sport, and then translate that up through middle school into high school.
We appreciate your time, and good luck to you guys tonight, and I'll see you in the morning. Appreciate you, Vallis.
Thank you, Matthew. Great job. And, you talk about someone that is really an up-and-coming coach around here. I guess you'd have to talk about Coach Mudd.
Coach Mudd, Coach Vallis actually coached spring coach pitch baseball with him last spring. He's got his hands into everything. He's a great influence to our boys and girls in this district. Has a great knowledge for all sports and a great love, not only for sports though, but for the community. And I think that's what he was kind of echoing there, is it's about creating a community aspect and a love for the community and the name on the front of the jersey.
Well, yeah, and you know this well as anyone with your coaching and the basketball piece. The players that you're around and the lives that you're changing at the age that they're really being an influence on these kids. That's the really good part about what they're doing. They are really changing the lives of kids.
In 25 years, I think Coach Mudd's going to be shocked at how many young men are coming up to him. They've been married and they're saying, Coach Mudd, you changed my life. You made a difference in my life. I remember when you said this. I remember when you said that. And that's what's cool about it is those relationships. They last much longer than a season on the field. They last for a lifetime.
Well, you and Matthew have done a great job in putting together all the youth that have come out here in the pregame and the coaches. But now I think Matthew's getting sworn by more of the youth. And we need to check their eligibility for this game tonight to see if we got to get a couple in there. Matthew, we're just going to turn it back over to you. You're surrounded. Go ahead, Matthew.
Gotcha, Hal. Hey, we're going to line these guys up. And give me about 1 minute, and I'm going to give them a little prep down here, tell them where to look and give all that good stuff, what to say, so we don't catch them off guard. Then I got a couple more youth coaches, and we'll get back up to you.
Sounds good. We'll take a quick timeout. That's what we'll do. We'll be back after this timeout. High school football. It's a G&G production.
Snap, snap, Snappy Tomato Pizza.
We make your pizza with our authentic recipe.
Ooh, Snappy Tomato Pizza.
Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily.
Ooh, Snappy Tomato Pizza. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
I'm ready for a Snappy Tomato Pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com.
For a lot of people, home ownership is a big to-do list item that has to get checked before you feel like you're a grown-up, living your best life. If you're ready to check that box, talk to Derek Brussel at Farmers National Bank. Derek specializes in guiding first-time home buyers, young borrowers, and other newbies toward a responsible, manageable, fulfilling financial future. Visit farmersnational.bank to get in touch. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402972.
Back again at Marion County High School. Hal Good, Richie Buckler in the booth, and good sight down the field as we've got pregame going on. And gosh, we're about 25 minutes from the kickoff of Marion County taking on the Valley Vikings. And Matthew did need a little extra time, I believe, down there before we go to him, Richie.
He did. He's looks like he's getting swarmed down there, but I like what I see.
Here's how you earn your money, Matthew. We're going to go down the field. It's Little League night here tonight at Marion County High School.
Hey, I think they were a little bit fired up. I think they thought it was time to run through the tunnel instead of a little interview, so they're all down here working on their pregame dances. But I'm going to go down in the first and second grade. They're going to tell me their name and what position they play.
Cardle, and I play linebacker and corner.
Awesome.
I'm Lane, and I play defensive tackle. I'm Jake, and I play safety. Tight end. Tight end.
Tight end, that's J5 Seabrooks.
My name is Valen, and I play running back.
My name is OT. I play defensive end.
My name is Kai Cool. I play outside linebacker and fullback.
Max Thomas, quarterback, and
my name is Kingston, and I play running back. My name is Bendy. Who died?
All good. All right, guys. First and second grade, you guys can head on out. I'm about to talk to the third and fourth grade coaches. All right. So this is Coach Roger Hunt, Coach Adam Hutchins, and Coach Tyrion Taylor. Start with Coach Roger Hunt, former Marion County Knight, played a little bit of basketball for us back in the day. It's been over 10 years, man. You're getting old.
Yeah, I'm getting real old, man. It's driving me crazy out here.
So tell me, how's it been coaching this group of guys, man? You know, I said they were ready. I think they thought they was running out of the tunnel right now. They're working on their dances and stuff. So how's practice been going for you guys?
It's been going good. I've been with these kids for about 3 years now, and they they work hard, just nonstop. They a great group of kids. As long as they stay together, Marion County will have a bright future with them.
Good deal, good deal. We appreciate it. So you guys go ahead and line up over there. I'm going to talk to Coach Hutchins, and then we'll get out of here. Adam Hutchins, former Marion County Knight quarterback. How's it feel to be back on the sidelines now, Hutch?
Feels pretty good. It's been a long time since I've been on the sidelines. I think about 17 years since I've been over here. So.
Hey, that's getting old because if you're 17, I'm 18. So what's some things you guys seen in practice? You know, what's your guys' record on the season?
Right now we're 3-0. First game we struggled a little bit, but we came out with a win. And then the last two games we've really came on. They're getting better every practice. They work really, really hard. They all get along. They always cheer for each other, which makes them get better in the long run. So it's been enjoyable.
Gotcha. We appreciate it. And that's the one thing, you know, they cheer for each other. So we're going to go down this third and fourth grade line. And guys, just tell me your name and what position you play.
My name is Case Hagan, and I play defensive end and guard. I'm Tate Graves. I play D and tackle. Raiden Mudd, I play guard. Joseph Scott, and I play running back. Jackson Helm, linebacker.
Smarius Downs, DN. I'm Jeremiah Harden, and I play corner.
Noah Hunt, and I play quarterback and outside linebacker. Bo Hutchins, and I play wide receiver. My name's Bentley, and I play, fullback and safety.
Awesome, guys. We appreciate it. Good luck. What are y'all going to do tomorrow at Bardstown? Y'all going to get the win or what? Oh, that's right. Young kids are at Bardstown. You guys are on a bye, so you guys rest up and get ready. Also down here, Tyrion Taylor, he said he doesn't want the mic. So we'll send it back up to you guys. As you can tell from the camera view, they are really ready to do some fun stuff when they run out of the tunnel between the first and second quarter.
Thank you, Matthew. Indeed, they are excited about tonight's game, and any of the players coming to tonight's game get in free with an adult, right? So still plenty of time if someone wanted to bring their child tonight.
Yeah, come on out. It's a youth league football night. It's going to be fun. You can see those boys out there. Hopefully our high school team has that energy. I'd love to have that energy after a long week of work. They are really fired up. That's fun.
Your officials for tonight's game are the Mid-Kentucky Officials Association representatives. They are referee David Simpson, umpire Aaron Cummins, Jay Allen is the linesman, Brian Alsop is the lines judge, and good old Stuart Hawkins is the back judge. Got a chance to see him in here just a moment ago. We want to remind you that coming up later on this evening, we are going to give away compliments of the Pub 68. And they've brought the pregame meal in here this evening. We're going to give away, or I should say you and Matthew are going to give away, a $20 gift certificate to Pub 68. It's easy for you to win. I'm going to tell you, this is so easy, Richie, that anybody can do it. All you have to do is jump on board on Facebook and type in hashtag live free for a chance to win. Again, it's comment hashtag live free for a chance to win. We'll draw your name, and I'll put it in the mail, and all you got to do is go down there and cash it in. Compliments of Keith and Laura Slosher and all the fine folks down at Pub 68.
Yeah, I'll tell you that those pizza and wings, you can't hardly beat them. My family, we've went down there a few times, always had a good experience. I'm glad Holt worked it out to where that's our pregame meal for tonight. It's been good.
Very delicious. I understand they sell it in the concession stand as well. So really good opportunity for you to taste new restaurants' wares here tonight at the Marion County Valley game. More pregame coming up for you in just a moment. Keep it right here. This is high school football, and it's a G&G production.
Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky. It's definitely the place to shop. Shop in Lebanon for that special spring outfit, for that just right fit for an upcoming wedding. How about custom tees? Downtown Lebanon has you covered, literally. No matter the size of your group, tees for schools, churches, businesses, clubs, and much more. Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky. Florists, gift shops, wedding attire, framing, and that just right fit for a pair of shoes. Check out Lebanon today and find out why they're a place to shop.
To a farmer, a handshake is as good as a contract, and a man's word is something you can actually build on. So to have an insurance agent who's accountable, trustworthy, and dedicated to providing the best customer service possible, well, that sure does go a long way. And that's why the farmers in Lebanon trust Jesse Insurance.
To hear more about their farm insurance products, stop by 101 South Spalding Avenue, across from the post office. Call 270-595-0000. Jesse Insurance, the agent with choices. Protect what you sow.
Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. is a second-generation dentist in his hometown of Springfield, and he and his staff invite you to his office at 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. They offer family dentistry as well as digital dentistry where no impressions are needed. Their all-digital technology allows you to get crowns, bridges, partials, and implants with no discomfort. Results are more accurate and quicker. For family dentistry, see Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield, or call today at 859-336-7680. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., a reason to smile since 1963.
Try to think of the most convenient bank service you could hope for. How about banking from your mobile phone? Well, Springfield State Bank has it. With our new mobile banking, you can monitor your checking account, transfer money, even pay your bills right from your cell phone. Enrollment is easy. Just visit our website at www.springfieldstate.com for details. Springfield State Bank, we're your locally owned community bank doing big bank things. We want to make banking easy for you. Springfield State Bank, member FDIC.
Back here at the John J. Boswell Field, Hal Good, Richie Buckler, Matthew Thomas. Matthew will be coming back up here to the press box in just a moment. They'll be leading you through tonight's game, as we call them the night crew, and they'll be covering Marion County and the Valley this evening. Meanwhile, let's see if we can't go to Lexington right now. My man John Graves is in Lexington for the Washington County Lexington Christian game. John, can you catch us up there?
Thank you, Hal. We are live here off West Reynolds Road, just off Nicholasville Road. We're about 20 minutes away from Lexington Christian Academy in Washington County. It's a beautiful night, a little breezy, but we had a great bus ride out. First time that I can remember in this series that Washington County comes in with a 3-3 record, while Lexington Christian comes in with a 2-4 record. Don't be surprised, though. This is a very good LCA team, and they got one of the number one quarterbacks in the state, Cutter Bowley, who picked up a scholarship offer today from Nebraska. It's going to be a tough task for the Commanders, but they've strapped on. They're ready to go. They're not scared of this team. This is the 7th time they've played them in the last 3 years. They'll be ready to go. Hal, I'm going to get you all updates throughout the game to keep everybody abreast of what's going on here at Lexington Christian Academy. Good luck to the Knights. We'll send it back down to John J. Boswell Field.
John, how about jumping here with a question while we're trying our new technology here this evening? Washington County comes off a big win against Eminence last week. How important is that when they're facing, let's face it, this is not only a top team in the district, it's one of the top teams in the state. What do they got to do tonight?
They've got to take care of the football. They cannot let LCA just have their way on offense. They've got to get LCA's offense off the field, and they've got to play strong defense. As Appalachian State showed a couple of weeks ago, when everybody starts putting their helmets on, it's just play football. Washington County's got to come out with a little moxie, the same thing that they left Eminence with last week. It needs to carry over this week. Noah Reynolds and Jack Pettis have got to have a good game, and we've got to have Bo Baker running the football like he has the last 2 weeks.
Thank you, John. We'll be checking back with you back up at Lexington Christian, so another big game here this evening. We're still continuing with our pregame show, and Matthew Thomas is down the field. Let's go back to Matthew.
Coach Jordan Bell, high school football coach and Little League coach. He coaches our 3rd and 4th grade who are flat out rolling right now. Jordan, what do you think about your guys?
Our team is pretty good. What helps us is our defense. Defense wins games, and that's where we're strongest at. Our defense is pretty strong. We only gave up, out of 3 games, only 1 touchdown and maybe 2-3 first downs.
Gotcha, Jordan. They're bringing the flag on, so we're going to cut this one quick, and I'll let him head back. Back to you, Hal.
Thank you, Matthew. And again, the presentation of our colors coming out on the field. We will take a timeout as well and rejoin in just a moment. High school football, it is a G&G production.
If you've been injured in an accident, you need a lawyer who is compassionate, but can also get the job done. With Johnny Rocker, you get both. Compassion for our clients is what fuels us to fight until we win. Whether representation is needed to negotiate with the insurance companies or to take them to court, Johnny Rocker is on your side. When you hire me, you get my time, my advice, and my personal sale. Call the Rocker, where compassion meets credibility.
Marion County stands at the intersection of life, legacy, and vision. Welcome to Marion County, the heart of Kentucky. Now hiring Lebanon Oak Flooring Company. They manufacture multiple wood products, including hardwood flooring, stair treads, risers, and molding. Competitive wages, competitive benefit package. Apply in person at the Lebanon-Marion County Career Center. The Lebanon-Marion County Industrial Foundation. Welcome to Marion County, in the heart of Kentucky.
I am Sarge Pollock, State Representative for the 51st District, made up of Marion and Taylor County. Growing up on a farm taught me hard work and family values, and building relationships to serve others has always been important to me. Faith, family, and integrity are the 3 principles I live my life by, and the foundation to serve Marion County in the 51st District. I am Sarge Pollock, your State Representative, because it matters.
Paid for by Michael Sarge Pollock for State Representative.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
50 years ago, Richard Nixon was the president and The Godfather was in theaters.
While a lot has changed in 50 years, one thing that has remained the same is the firm of Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain. Since 1972, Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain has been assisting the people of Central Kentucky in many areas of the law, including personal injury, domestic relations, real estate, and estate planning.
And call us at 859-336-3901 and let the reputable attorneys at Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain work for you.
This is an advertisement.
You've surely heard of folks who have bought a car that turns out to be a lemon. Before you know it, your dream car turns into a nightmare with breakdown after breakdown. The same thing happens with car loans. You might think it's a sweetheart deal, but it turns sour overnight. If you have a lemon car loan, it's time to refinance with C&V of Lebanon. The rates are great. Application process is simple, and they'll turn that lemon loan into sweet lemonade. Stop by today or call 270-692-2113. C&V of Lebanon. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Back here at Marion County High School, how good Richie Buckler is. I'm going to finish up and turn it over to Matthew Thomas in just a moment. But a good pregame here. I really like recognizing the youth of Marion County, and that's the glory about Facebook Live. If you're just tuning in and you missed it, you didn't miss anything. All you do is go back and watch it. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, that was a really cool thing that just took place there. Those boys were so excited. Hopefully their parents, their grandparents, uncles and aunts and cousins can get on throughout the week and see them, their face getting shown and their name getting said. That was a really cool experience.
Richie and Matthew are going to take you through Marion County and Valley, but we're going to be going to John Graves in Lexington with that Lexington Christian and Washington County game tonight. Their first district game as well tonight, Richie, but they're really back to, they're in a tough district altogether. When you have Lexington Christian, then you got two other district games versus Danville and Somerset, you're really going to have a busy district.
You know, that district is a gauntlet, just powerhouse teams you just mentioned there. That LCA team, they're so good. That quarterback, he's getting offers from all over the place. Has some Marion County connections, by the way, but he's playing in Lexington. So Washington County does have their hands full, but like John says, you know, you kind of got to throw the name on the jersey out and just go up there, put your helmets on and play.
And then you got a chance to win $20 gift certificate to the pub. I'm talking about the Pub 68. And we got a chance to sample all their pizza here tonight. We're big fans of the Sloshers. They're good friends of our G&G production group. And we're going to give you that chance to win. All you got to do is just type in right now. Hashtag live free fourth quarter. Richie, you and Matthew, give that away. Compliments of your friends at the Pub 68 and right here at G&G Production. That's pretty cool to be able to watch the game, which is live and free. You don't have to pay anything for it tonight, everybody. Our sponsors are helping us do just that to bring it to you free, but also we'll give you a chance to win something from the pub.
Hey, you get to sit in your recliner, throw the blanket on, we'll watch the game, and then end up maybe getting some free pizza and wings out of the deal. That's a pretty good deal.
We're going to take a timeout, and they're going to count down to kickoff with the two Marion County Night Crew. That's Richie Buckler and Matthew Thomas. All that's next. Keep it right here. High school football. It's a G&G production.
Let me take just a second to tell you about Beach Fork. If you like sporting clays, guided hunts, and lodging, well, Beach Fork Outdoors is ready for you. They're located amidst the beautiful rolling hills of Springfield, Kentucky, in the heart of the Bourbon Trail. The Sporting Clays course exhibits scenery unlike any other. With 12 stations, the Upland Bird Hunting Package offers a vast acreage of well-maintained food plots. The Parlor is our lodge. It offers hearty southern home-cooked meals and a private living suite with breathtaking views. Beach Fork Outdoors, 2938 Macville Road in Springfield, or call 859-481-5310.
The following is a paid advertisement.
The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located at 144 West Main Street in Lebanon. Ms. McCauley handles cases in many areas in law, including DUI, DWI, divorce and family law, employee rights, real estate, wills and estates. The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located in Lebanon at 144 West Main Street, or you may call her office today for an appointment at 270-692-0684.
Snap. Snap, Snappy Tomato Pizza. We make your pizza with our authentic recipe. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
I'm ready for a Snappy Tomato Pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com. A G&G Live Free production.
Are you tired of paying rent? Do you dream of owning your own home? Now's the time to make that dream a reality. Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns Realtor, Exit Realty Bluegrass, 270-402-4036. Call or text Lisa Kearns, the helpful agent.
Back to John J. Boswell Field as Marion County gets set to take on the Valley Vikings. Man, down on the field, Richie, that was fun. I was running around chasing people, but the kids were absolutely tore up about it.
Yeah, you were swarmed there for a minute, but, it was real. Their dance moves were impressive. I was telling how, if I had that much energy, I'd be a totally different person, but I could tell they had a real fun time down there.
Yeah, they actually thought, because they're sending them out of our tunnel tonight, which, that's a thrill for the kids in itself, but they actually thought that I was getting them to run out of the tunnel, so they came out and they were doing their gritties and all the different dances that they had planned, and it took me a second to kind of corral them and tell them what we were doing.
Oh, that's good. They got a little practice, so, yeah, that tunnel's just, I'm still impressed by how cool that looks. That's a fun experience for them.
Yeah, talking to the coaches, different demeanors. Coach Carter, he's jacked up. He's ready to go. Bull in a ring, he's ready to rock and roll. Valley's coach, he was very calm, ready to get out there. Both of them, end goes the same. Get out of here with a win.
Yeah, Carter, he's a 30-second fight in the phone booth.
I love it.
Valley's coach more leaning toward more of the finesse. But like you said, both of them looking for a win tonight. Both of them looking to obtain that win on the ground.
Yeah, I told Coach Carter, I said, you were right. They do got some big kids, and he immediately said, we got some big ones too. So he's fired up, ready to go. We're going to send it on to Hunter's Heroes to kind of wrap up this Snappy Tomato pregame show.
Kentucky at Ole Miss. Last week, Kentucky's Fighting Felines found themselves in more of a tussle than they was expecting against a stubborn bunch of Huskies from Northern Illinois. The Hounds from up in the land of Lincoln proved to be tougher than a Dollar Tree $2 T-bone steak. They was expected to roll into town, pick up their check, and be little more than a sparring partner as Kentucky gets tuned up and ready to rumble with the heavyweights of the SEC. But apparently the Husky dogs didn't get word that they was the underdogs, and they came out swinging haymakers trying to land a knockout punch. Meanwhile, the Big Blue Wall was crumbling yet again. Amidst all this commotion, Wildcat fans was getting nervous as a Chester White slaughter hog waltzing through downtown Lebanon on Ham Days weekend. The Huskies went toe-to-toe for 15 rounds with the Cats, and they almost scored a TKO. Now, although the win was uglier than a mud fence, the Commonwealth Kitten still is sitting unbeaten on the battlefield. This week, Mark Stoops and his undefeated troops prepare to venture deep into the heart of Dixie for a gridiron battle with General Lane Kiffin's Rebels of Ole Miss. Now, although Stoops' Yankee Cats is 7th ranked and boasting a 4-0 record, this week's football foe may prove to be their toughest test to date, and I ain't just whistling Dixie. This trip into the Magnolia State ain't your typical North versus South grudge match of Yankee versus Southern lads. This one's East versus West, SEC football style. Neither army don't figure to rely on a ground attack. Kiffin's battlefield strategy generally is more oriented toward cannons and mortar shells, and with Kentucky's running game struggles, you can bet your best pair of Sunday going to church bib overalls that the strategy on both sidelines involves some aerial bombardment. In fact, you're liable to see more footballs flying in Oxford than you'll see helicopters hovering over Marion and Washington counties during marijuana harvest season. The boys in Vegas is predicting that the Cats limp back home, licking their wounds and suffering from a bad case of shell shock. But my crystal ball says that when the smoke finally clears, it'll be Will Levis, the Kentucky long rifle, as the last quarterback standing. Stoops' troops will plant the flag of the Big Blue Nation, and Kiffin's Johnny Rebs will retreat in defeat. The Big Blue Army returns to camp back in Lexington 5-0 as the boys from the Bluegrass avoid the Magnolia State meltdown. Hunter's Heroes, Kentucky.
For a lot of people, home ownership is a big to-do list item that has to get checked before you feel like you're a grown-up, living your best life. If you're ready to check that box, talk to Derek Brussel at Farmers National Bank. Derek specializes in guiding first-time home buyers, young borrowers, and other newbies toward a responsible, manageable, fulfilling financial future. Visit farmersnational.bank to get in touch. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402972.
Richie, I don't know, is it good or bad that Hunter is back on the Kentucky bandwagon this week?
Well, that's the first thing I said when I saw Hal tonight. I said, is Hunter going to be back on Kentucky's bandwagon, or is he still going to pick the opponent this week?
I kind of want him to go with Mississippi since it worked in our favor when he picked Florida.
I know, don't want to mess up a good thing,
Knights are getting ready to set the field. I know you and Hal hit on it in the pregame, but I do want you to be on the lookout. We got a new ad tonight. We got the Johnny Rocker hit of the game. You don't want to be on the wrong side of a big hit. If you happen to have a big hit come your way, make sure you find our buddy John Arthur Elder III. He's on fire right now with his law practice, the real estate stuff, even his fantasy football team is 3-0 on the season.
Yeah, if you need something at all, even life advice, hit the Rocker up.
He's the man.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about.
All right, we're about to tee it up right here. Knights won the toss, deferred, and Valley said they wanted the ball coming out. So we're set to play football tonight at John J. Boswell Field. Will Kaminsky has the ball teed up, and we're about to get into play. Beautiful night. Sun setting on the far side of the field. Knights are ready. Kick is away. Nice kick. Going to be fielded at the 14-yard line by Valley. Cut up field. Going to make it out. Still churning. Feet still moving. Going to be tackled at about the 27-yard line. That was number 21, Dion Gassaway, 5'7" senior for your Vikings.
Good field position for Marion County coming out of the gate.
Yeah, it looks like got it marked right at the 27. So they'll take that on the special team start of the night. Here we go. Here, Valley's going to get that wing tee into motion that you talked about early in the game. And they're set up.
It's foot to foot. It's student body right to student body left. I mean, you can't fit an inch in between them.
Sweep going to go to the right to number 1. That's Gregory Wilson. Wilson going to be stuck after a gain of about 3.
That's what Marion County's just got to not go for the misdirection, not go for the gimmicks, just play straight up.
Yeah, right there. I always like in the wing tee how those guys, are they flankers? Is that what they're called? The guys on the outside?
You've got a wing back and you've got a split in. Back when Glenn Spalding was coaching, John Lee was your wing back and William Sapphire Hayden was your split in.
I like how they have their bodies turned right there at the end. Mark Brown brought a John Harden team in a few years ago, and we called the game, and they ran the wing tee.
I mean, they're tight.
They are as tight as I've ever seen a football team. Good penetration there by the Knights. Looks like that's 53.
Kiki Yoakum.
Kiki Yoakum coming up, helped in on the tackle by number 28, Chance Smith.
Hey, they were on it. They didn't go for the eye candy. They were in the right position. They know their assignments, and that Carter's pleased.
Yeah, they like it. 3rd and 7. Marion County looking to get off the defense off the field right here on this opening drive. Let's see that number.
The thing is with the wing tee, they do have some pass plays in their arsenal, but like I said, look at them. Just wedged tight.
I've never seen a group that tight. Looks like, and I believe Valley jumped first. Preliminary indication is that. We'll see if the officials concur and go that way. It does appear Valley's backing up.
Prior to snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
You know, that's great that the microphone's hooked up. The viewing audience can hear the call as it comes through, adds a little bit to it.
Yeah, it's a great element. You know, if you're Marion County's defense, you got to have confidence right now. Things are going their way early, and they can build on that.
Yep. Number 7 goes under center. That's Teddy Henning. Got a throw. No flag. Thought there was a chance for a possible hold on the defense right there, but it worked out. Knight's going to force a punt, and here we go.
We're looking for that Valley quarterback's name, right? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I got it. Number 7's Teddy Henning. I thought
Gotcha.
they were so tight I couldn't get that number.
Gotcha.
And then that last play, I finally got it.
Okay.
Got to be the coach's son, you would assume.
You would
Henning
think.
and Henning.
You would think.
Punts up. Low, but a good punt. Going to be fielded at the 40-yard line by number 5, Bubba Knoll. Bubba Knoll has a seam on the far edge. Bubba Knoll's going to be taken down at the 22. No flags on the play. I saw the official drop that, but that's where he fielded the punt.
Yep.
And Bubba Knoll's going to take it all the way down to the 22-yard line. Marion County opening their first drive in great field position.
Yeah, that's just a major confidence boost right there. Great run by Bubba, followed his blockers well, and it just sets them up in great scoring position right here.
Right.
Can we get an instant replay there? Or is it a little too late?
Believe it's a little too late on that one. That would have been a good one. Bubba Knoll going. Landon Cox under center. Smith, Darty, Marples behind him. Going to go up the middle to Darty. Darty was hit in the backfield and actually is going to fall forward for gain of 5. You know, that's what Coach Carter likes to see. Will is all business on the runs. He's getting north and south. He's not going to try to get east and west. He's going upfield, and he's going to pick up those hard yards.
Well, Coach Carter will appreciate this reference I'm about to make. Will Darty just ran through what appeared to be a Cumberland gap. He definitely had some space there, followed his blockers, and that's the thing. Don't be tricky. Just do what you do well.
Back in the bone, Jaleel Smith handling the fullback duties here. Cox under center. Fumble. Cox, I believe, was able to pick it up and going to be stopped for no gain.
Quick reaction there by Cox. Didn't take a loss.
Yeah, going to be third and manageable here, 3rd and 5. You don't want that 3rd and 12. Not a lot in the playbook there. But, right here, still manageable, probably going to be 4-down territory. So they're going to run their 2 best plays right here. See if they can pick up this first down and capitalize on this good field position. Landon Cox gets the call from Coach Carter, runs it back in. And here we go. Under center. Marples with it, with room. Marples to the end zone. Touchdown, Marion County. Jonathan Marples takes it 18 yards, and that's going to set up our first Dr. Isaac Dentistry instant replay. Let's give that one another look, Richie. Look at this movement right here. With the misdirection, I mean, just a huge hole for him to run through.
All eyes were on Will Darty right there, and they run that counter to Jonathan Marples. That was a good play call from Marion County sideline.
Yeah, that was a great call, and that's what Coach Carter was talking about pregame. Got to win it up front. The line has opened up some really good holes early on in this one. Kick is up and good. Kamitsky puts it through the uprights. Marion County 7, Valley nothing with 8:29 remaining in the quarter. We'll send it to a break. You are listening to a G&G production.
Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky. It's definitely the place to shop. Shop in Lebanon for that special spring outfit, for that just right fit for an upcoming wedding. How about custom tees? Downtown Lebanon has you covered, literally. No matter the size of your group, tees for schools, churches, businesses, clubs, and much more. Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky. Florists, gift shops, wedding attire, framing, and that just right fit for a pair of shoes. Check out Lebanon today and find out why they're a place to shop.
Couldn't have scripted that start any better for the Marion County Knights. Coming out, getting a 3 and out on defense. Bubba Knoll has a 40-yard punt return, and then Jonathan Marples punches it in for 18 to give Marion County a 7-0 lead in this district matchup against Valley.
All three phases, offense, defense, and special teams, have came out and done their job well thus far.
Another nice kick by Kaminsky, going to be fielded at the 15-yard line. And nice run back there, going to be knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field at about the 28, and that's where Valley will take over on their second drive of the game.
Looks like number 61, Caden Broyles, is filling in for Peyton Young at left tackle. I noticed on that touchdown, he did a good job sealing the end there.
Henning going to go under center in this wing tee.
Foot to foot.
Foot to foot. You were saying that all day, and I mean, they are foot to foot all over it. Sweep right to number 1. That is Gregory Wilson. Cuts back to the near side of the field. Going to fall forward for a gain of, actually, they're going to give him about 6 on that carry.
You know, he's got a great frame on him. If he has a quick twitch muscle to him, he could give us problems tonight.
You know, a lot of runs, Richie, set up for a quick game. You know, bone, wing, tee. That when you're running the ball, that clock just continues to tick.
Could have me home in the recliner watching a college football game by 9:30.
Henning under center. Another sweep to Wilson. Wilson looking, hits a nice stiff arm on the far side. Going to bounce forward and going to pick up the first down. Thought he had an edge over there. He decided to cut it back upfield into the contact. And going to pick up about 6 right there.
Yeah, those DNs have a big responsibility tonight to, contain and not give up the edge.
That's your spot. I have a bad habit. I follow the ball. You are constantly looking at your D-line, your offensive line, and you can pick those apart. So you just keep giving feedback there, and I'll follow the ball.
Hey, it's where the bread is buttered for sure.
Henning. Sweep to the left. I believe that's number 23 on the carry. Chance Smith and Ty Barker in on the tackle right there. Going to pick up 4 on the play.
Want to give a shout out to Michael Thomas, who has commented. He shouted us out on the live feed here, the G&G live feed. Class of 04 graduate there. And I believe Michael just had a new baby.
Yeah, that's what I thought I saw on Facebook.
Yeah.
So if so, congratulations
for sure.
to Michael.
Good hearing from you, Michael.
Michael, former offensive lineman for the Cowboys in Little League. Richie, if you remember that. You and him may have been toe-to-toe.
We were in the trenches together, no doubt.
Henning under center. Toss left. And going to be tackled again by Chance Smith. Chance Smith, a bowling ball. He's strong, he's quick, and he's been in a lot of tackles already tonight.
Yeah, he's a ball of energy. Marion County has basically sent the message to Valley that you're not gonna run that dive play on us. You're not just gonna beat us up the middle. But now they're kind of having some success on the outside. Marion County's gonna need to adjust to that as well.
Samuel Cameron on the far side, 52, holding down. Give Samuel a quick shout out. He's an assistant coach for the first and second grade football team.
Got freshman Lane Darty at linebacker.
3rd and 5. Here we go, big play. Toss. Wilson going to pick up the first down. You know, when he switched hands, I thought he had bobbled it, but he was able to get it back. You know, he's cut back upfield. That's what he's looking to do. Every time he gets it, he's taking that first seam, and then he's trying to get back the other way. Powerful little back there.
Yeah, he's showing some wiggle in him.
Yeah.
You know, he's got some wiggle.
Slippery.
You know, with him, it's going to be if I'm Marion County, I'm liking that they're having to run a ton of plays, hoping that kind of wears them down.
Henning, 1st and 10. Ball at the 50-yard line. Going up the middle on the dive. I believe that was number 21 for the Vikings, Dion Gassaway. Pick up 2.
Good pursuit there on our ends. They're lining number 1. What did you say his name was?
He's Wilson, Gregory Wilson.
Gregory Wilson. They're lining him up a lot of times at that wing back position.
Henning under center.
Offsides.
Offsides, preliminary indication the Knights jumped early. Let's see if the officials agree. I don't know. Valley's heading back. Nope. Valley must have jumped first.
I think the right tackle did.
False start. Offense. 5 yards. Penalty remains. 2nd down.
You know, that's a thing that both of these teams, you know, with their records, they know that they got to take care of the ball. They know that they can't have a bunch of penalties get piled up on them. You know, Valley can't be happy with what have they had, 3 or 4 penalties so far. That's not how they plan this first quarter to go for them.
Yeah, and with these two teams, you know, where they run the ball so much, they may not have those, you know, long passing plays where you can pick up huge chunks of yards. They like to keep it 2nd down and 6, 3rd and 2, keep everything manageable. Wilson in motion, going to toss it to him, makes it back to the line of scrimmage and then some. Going to be stood up at the 48-yard line. Looking for a number for the Knights. May have been number 85, your buddy Leonardo Henry coming up and making that tackle.
Yeah, Leonardo's physical. I mean, from what I can tell, he's been in the right place at the right time so far throughout this game. I think Chance was there. Linebackers, you know, they've probably already got a spy on that guy. Coach Hibbard's really getting the crowd fired up now.
Yeah, he gets them rolling. Henning under center. In motion. Number 22 with it. Kiki Yoakum had him in the backfield. He was able to slip away. Valley, whoa, they're going to get a nice push here and push him forward for a gain of 3 or 4.
Great pursuit by Kiki Yoakum there.
Yeah.
Slowed him down initially.
Yeah, number 22 there, that was Brendan Drake on the carry for the Vikings. You know, saw that last night. Did you see Joe Mixon get in the touchdown that first time? His whole offensive line grabbed him at about the 4 and shoved him forward.
You know, that used to be illegal.
Yes, and then they changed it.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, USC?
Yep.
Is that what changed it?
I think that's what sparked the conversation.
We'll be back. We may build on that moment in just a second. This is high school football, a G&G production.
To a farmer, a handshake is as good as a contract, and a man's word is something you can actually build on. So to have an insurance agent who's accountable, trustworthy, and dedicated to providing the best customer service possible, well, that sure does go a long way. And that's why the farmers in Lebanon trust Jesse Insurance.
To hear more about their farm insurance products, stop by 101 South Spalding Avenue, across from the post office. Call 270-595-0000. Jesse Insurance, the agent with choices. Protect what you sow.
Washington County football is brought to you by the Springfield Presbyterian Church. As a family of believers, our purpose is to glorify God by loving Him, loving each other, growing in Christ-likeness, and making Jesus Christ known in word and deed. Springfield Presbyterian Church, 140 East Main Street, Springfield, Kentucky, or contact Reverend Clay Stevens at 859-481-6105.
All right, back to action. 2:29 remaining in the first quarter. Big 4th down and 5. Coach Hibbard once again calling for them to get the fans to stand up, get on their feet, make some noise. Big opportunity for the Knights to come away with good field position. Henning under center. Up, going for the first pass play of the night. Looking downfield, throws a good ball, and nobody there. Incomplete. Marion County going to take over at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, great rush there by Sam Cameron and Matthew Gribbins to provide pressure there for the quarterback. That's a tough throw. Marion County, they look like all their defensive backs and their linebackers were all in place.
They were. That's something they probably talked about.
First and second, third and fourth grade Little League players to meet at the
timeout was
first, second, third.
Make sure you don't bite. They thought they was going with the pass play right there. They did a good job of finding those guys out in coverage and not giving up anything easy. 1st and 10 for the Knights, taking over at the 45-yard line.
Got a little power eye action here.
Yep. Going to go up, hand off to Darty. Darty take it. Nice run. Darty going to fall forward. Maybe just a hair shy of the first down. Going to set up a 2nd and 1 here for the Knights. Gotta love how they're getting that penetration off the offensive line. Getting good movement right there. Up, coming back.
Yeah, Darty showed a little speed there, bouncing outside. What was that penalty?
10-yard penalty, spot foul. Replay 1.
We got offensive holding there. Going to back it up 10. Offset, that's what we talked about a second ago. Can't afford to get behind the chains right here. They had exactly what they wanted to do. They were pushing that line, getting the penetration up the middle. Darty takes it, nice hard run for 10, and then it's all for naught, and it got backed up.
Yeah, this isn't life advice, but when you're on the field, if you're an offensive lineman, you should hold, just don't get caught.
As you say, you used to hold every play.
Every play. Got to get good at not getting caught.
Smith in motion. Back up the middle. Same play, opposite side to Darty. Darty's going to pick up about 4 on the play. Going to set up a 2nd and 16.
If I'm an offensive lineman right now for Marion County, I'm wanting to go out and do my job because of how hard I'm seeing Will Darty run that ball. He's just showing a great amount of grit. You can tell he's a senior. You can tell that he's laying it all out there on the field.
Absolutely. You get this one, and you not guarantee. There's still some ways it could work out, but you pretty much are going to give yourself another football game at the end of the year in the playoffs.
Yeah. Potentially an opportunity to do something special.
Yeah. Cox fumbled. Not sure who picked it up. If Landon, I believe, fell on it. And going to lose about 2 yards. 3rd and 17, 3rd and 16. Clock runs, 40 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. That's your Jesse Insurance scoreboard.
Yeah, that relationship between center and quarterback, it takes time to cultivate. After Will Darty playing the first several games at quarterback, if I'm Cox and Matthew Gribbins, any downtime I have throughout the game, I'm on the sideline getting snaps in, just practicing.
Yeah, takes a lot to get that rhythm. Play action, fakes it to Darty. Cox has a lane on the far side. Nice run right there. Landon going to pick up about 10, 11 yards. And now Coach Carter is going to have a decision to make. 4th and 5.
Yeah, I know I've talked to Carter about it. When they run that boot, a lot of people, your first option is to throw it. But in Bell County, I think your first option on that boot is always to run. And Cox was successful right there.
Knocked out of bounds with 2 seconds remaining in the quarter. 4th and 4. Marion County is going to go for it right here. Big play for the Knights to close out this opening quarter.
Timeout.
Going to take a timeout. Coach Carter's going to get the exact play that he wants right here. He knows it's a big play going forward. We'll send it to a break. It's high school football, a G&G production.
Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. is a second-generation dentist in his hometown of Springfield, and he and his staff invite you to his office at 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. They offer family dentistry as well as digital dentistry where no impressions are needed. Their all-digital technology allows you to get crowns, bridges, partials, and implants with no discomfort. Results are more accurate and quicker. For family dentistry, see Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield, or call today at 859-336-7680. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., a reason to smile since 1963.
All right, Richie, you're going to put your coach's hat on right here. What's the call if you are the head ball coach right here? What are you looking to do?
Well, Jonathan Marples hasn't had a ton of carries tonight, but the few that he has had has proved to be for great game. So I think he's going to Marples. I'm going to put my cards on the table.
I'm calling sweep right to Darty. Another fumble, but I believe there was offsides.
Saw some movement.
We'll wait for the official ruling right here. False start. So that changes things for Coach Carter and the Marion County Knights. They're going to send their punt team on, Kamitsky on, going to punt this one away.
Did the clock move much there?
It didn't move at all.
It didn't move at all. They blew it before the whistle. Gotcha.
Yeah. Which could be a good thing because the ball was on the
right.
They're having some issues there early. Like you said, the center and Landon come right over here and get to going.
Yep.
Valley not sending anybody, going to let Kamitsky punt it away, going to be fielded at the 25-yard line and cut up field. Going to be taken down at the 35-yard line. And with that, that's going to bring our first quarter to a close. On your Jesse Insurance Agency scoreboard, Marion County leads this one 7-0 over the Valley Vikings. Looks like we have a flag.
Yeah, I saw a flag
right
there. I didn't know if he was going to pick that up or not.
Personal foul, blindside hit, number on the kicking receiving team.
So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Well, that's a big break for Marion County. The penalty count has definitely went their way.
Yeah, and teams are on the field, but aren't we going to take a? Are we going to take a break for the quarter?
Yeah, it doesn't.
We'll
appear.
see what they end up doing.
Are they going to add some time back on the clock?
No, because
yeah.
I guess maybe can it not end on a penalty? No. It ends.
Yeah.
Marion County leads this one 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. We'll send it to a break. This is high school football at G&G production.
Try to think of the most convenient bank service you could hope for. How about banking from your mobile phone? Well, Springfield State Bank has it. With our new mobile banking, you can monitor your checking account, transfer money, even pay your bills right from your cell phone. Enrollment is easy. Just visit our website at www.springfieldstate.com for details. Springfield State Bank, we're your locally owned community bank doing big bank things. We want to make banking easy for you. Springfield State Bank, member FDIC.
Your car weighs around 4,000 pounds. A semi can weigh up to 80,000 pounds. If you've been in a wreck involving a semi that has resulted in catastrophic injuries, do not let the insurance company tip the scales. Make sure you get the compensation you deserve. You need Johnny Rocker. When you hire me, you get my time, my advice, and my personal say. Call the Rocker.
Marion County stands at the intersection of life, legacy, and vision. Welcome to Marion County, the heart of Kentucky, where we have jobs available. If you like agriculture, then find that job opportunity at Peterson Farms. From crop production team leader to Farm Systems Maintenance Specialist, Peterson Farms have job opportunities for you. The Lebanon Marion County Industrial Foundation. Welcome to Marion County, in the heart of Kentucky.
Back here at John J. Boswell Field, Marion County leads this one 7-0. Cool moment for the first through fourth grade Marion County Knights. They got to run out of the tunnel down there. You know, that's a big moment for those kids.
Yeah, that's fun. They had a blast doing that. I was impressed with the coaches being able to run out with them.
Yeah, I saw Hutch. He ran out of breath about the 50-yard line, though. He pulled up on him.
He pulled up, didn't he?
Henning under center. He's actually going to hand it up the middle to Wilson. Wilson gonna, he's not an easy guy to bring down, is he?
No, and his line was he had a wall to run behind as well. Looked like the ball popped out there, but looks like he was maybe already down.
Yeah, and he's down injured, and a few of the players motioned him to come out. So with that, we'll take another quick break. You're watching high school football, a G&G production.
I am Sarge Pollock, State Representative for the 51st District, made up of Marion and Taylor County. Growing up on a farm taught me hard work and family values, and building relationships to serve others has always been important to me. Faith, family, and integrity are the three principles I live my life by, and the foundation to serve Marion County in the 51st District. I am Sarge Pollock, your State Representative, because it matters.
Paid for by Michael Sarge Pollock for State Representative. A G&G live free production.
Are you tired of paying rent? Do you dream of owning your own home? Now's the time to make that dream a reality. Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns Realtor, Exit Realty Bluegrass, 270-402-4036. Call or text Lisa Kearns, the helpful agent.
Two injured players there on the field, both big contributors to their team. Number 41, Jonathan Marples, walked off for the Knights. Number 1, Gregory Wilson, who's handled Valley's workload on most of the carries, came off. So hopefully those kids are nothing major and can get back to the field tonight.
Yeah, two valuable players for both teams.
2nd and 6. Valley going to send one in motion, go up the middle. Oh, nice break tackle right there by Gasway, and he's going to pick up about 10 and get those chains moving.
Yeah, that misdirection there caught Marion County off guard. You got to you almost got to hit the fullback every play no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you look right here, not on the view, but right now, Landon Cox and is that Matthew Gribbins, his center, are working on that, making sure they get that lined out and don't have any more miscues.
Yeah, it takes time, getting the rhythm down there. It's not just something that just comes overnight.
Henning under center. Send Wilson in motion. Go up the middle to Gasway again. He's met and stuck by number 85, Leonardo Henry. Leonardo, man, he closes very well right there.
Yeah, he's an athlete. You can tell he's just got instincts. He's got what they call ball instincts. But I'll tell you, Valley's going to keep giving it to that fullback until Marion County stops him.
Yeah, Leonardo, he's one that'll catch your eye as a basketball coach. I'll walk by, but who's that? He's long, he's lanky, looks athletic, is athletic, and doing a good job playing the safety slot for the Knights.
He's a guy that's going to be 50 years old and look like he's 25. You can just tell he's got some good genes and got a little bit of fountain of youth in him.
Yeah. Henning under center. Back up the middle, like you said. This time, Marion County does stop it. Might have got 2 on the play. We'll see where they mark it.
I'll tell you what, impressive to see freshman Trey Yoakum on the tackle right there. Marion County's got a bright future because look at all the youth they have.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like first quarter is complete in Lexington. Washington County, wow, 7-0. Up on Lexington Christian Academy.
Wow.
Washington County 7, Lexington Christian Academy 0 in the first quarter.
Lexington Christian is Cutter Bowley playing tonight.
Cutter Bowley, I always like to say he's got family here in Marion County. He's got some connections down here, but Yeah, I think he just received an offer from Nebraska yesterday.
I saw that. You know, Mark Stoops and company are wanting to keep him close to home.
Oh, yeah.
Flag coming in. Preliminary indication is false start against the Valley Vikings.
Prior to snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains, second down.
Let's set up a 2nd and 13 there. You know, like you said, Valley not helping their cause with all the penalties tonight.
Well, and, you know, their coach, he alluded to that in the pregame. You know, he said, look, we've got some talent. We've got some guys who can play. We just need to put it all together.
I cannot get over how tight they are.
It's foot to foot, brother.
Going up the middle. Is that Gasaway again?
Yes.
Taking it up the middle, nice run there. Going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards.
8 or 9 on the play for the Vikings.
Yeah, you know, Marion County's defense, they can't just sit and wait on the ball carrier to meet them. They have to be in pursuit. They have to get downhill and charge the rush. Big third down here, as Coach Hibbert alluded to.
Yeah, big third down. 3rd and 5. Got to think it's 4-down territory for the Vikings. Going to toss it left to number 22. He's going to be stopped shy. Brandon Drake on the carry. They're just going to give him 1. I actually thought he was going to pick up a couple more. No, they may be inching it closer. Maybe give him 2.
Yeah, it's close.
4th and 2. Vikings going to stay on the field with their offense. Ball marked at the 43. Jesse Insurance Agency scoreboard. Marion County 7, Valley nothing. 7:45 remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Marion County still in that 4-4.
Henning going to give it to Wilson. Wilson's going to pick up the 1st down and then met by a slew of Knights right there.
Yeah, that was a fight in the phone booth right there. Valley edged out the game.
As they move the chains, remember, keep your eyes peeled. We're going to have the Johnny Rocker hit of the game, as well as our player of the game in the post-game show.
First and 10 for the Vikings from the Knights 40-yard line.
1st and 10. Number 22, Drake, bounces it out to the far side of the field. Going to be pushed out for after a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Ball's marked at the Marion County 39-yard line.
Good job by Caden Salee there to be there to meet him. Been watching Caden. He looks like he's in the right position almost every play. That's what it's going to take with Marion County's defense tonight, is just about being disciplined, being in the right place at the right time. Can't fall for that trickery.
Henning under center. Toss left. Drake again. Going to be stopped. You see who was in on that hit on the far side? Kind of tough to get those numbers.
I want to say Caden Salee was over there again. He's been very active on that side.
3rd down. Correction, gain of 2.
Gain of 2, 3rd and 7. Clock rolls. 5:30 remaining in the 2nd half. 2nd quarter, excuse me. A little ahead of myself there.
Yeah.
Nice fans, give the defense your support on 3rd down!
Oh, movement. That's going to back the Vikings up.
I'll tell you. That's jumping
Robert
off sides
snap,
has really been a
false
hindrance
start,
for them.
Offense. 5-yard penalty remains. Third down.
Third and 12.
Valley's made it quite difficult on themselves in those third downs.
Yeah, they have. Hibbert gets really into that one. It's great.
Hibbert's got a set of vocal cords on him, doesn't he?
Henning going to go up the middle. Gasway with it. Oh, wow. Gasway breaks into the second level and going to be in for the touchdown. Number 21, Dion Gasway. Let's take a second look at that one. Dr. Isaac Dentistry Instant Replay. Look at this.
Watch it, Matt. Watch Matthew Gribbins. He was there.
And right there at the very end, he even had to juke the ref.
Yeah.
Ty Barker almost caught him. Dr. Isaac Dentistry Instant Replay. And that's Gasway for the Vikings. Got an injured Viking on the field.
That's the thing, you can't get too far into the backfield if you're a defensive lineman against this wing T, because by the time if you're 2 yards deep, then the ball carrier's already past you. You kind of got to go straight up, get some separation, and look up and see where the ball's at.
Yeah, you got to stay home right there. Looks like they got him off the field, going to set up for this extra point. They going for two or going to?
It appears they are.
So we'll see right here. Marion County in no hurry to break that huddle. They're getting things set. Does appear they're going for two. Big play right here early in the game. Valley going to go in, trying to take the lead right here. Here we go. Henning under center. I formation. Actually, that's that Maryland I. Got three right behind him. Wilson up the middle, and he is going to fall forward into the end zone, and that's going to give Valley 8-7 lead over the Knights. With that, we're going to take a break. Valley leads this one 8-7 with 4:30 remaining in the second quarter. This is high school football, a G&G production.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Back here. Well, Valley put together a nice drive right there. I thought we had them backed up at one point. I think that was a 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13 that Gasway took to the house.
Yeah, I mean, Marion County's had their opportunities. They've had their chances. Valley, they've just capitalized themselves on some opportunities.
Yeah, kind of what we thought coming in. Yep. Very evenly matched game. The Bone versus the Wing T. Who's going to win out? It's both of them. They really get back to the same principles. They'll use that fullback blast to set up other things. It's like a chess match out there right now.
Yeah, it's a slugfest. I remember Coach Jeff Robbins used to always say, "I just want to be the team that has the ball when the clock is up and the clock is out."
Yep. Squib kick going to be picked up by Bubba Knoll. Bubba Knoll looking for a seam, and he's going to take it out to the 43-yard line, and that's where the Knights will take over with 4:30. I like how Bubba, man, he gets that ball and he gets those feet moving, doesn't he?
Yeah. In space, I think he's dangerous.
Yes. I when he told me he was playing football, I said, that is, you can be really successful because in basketball, one of our hardest workers, he's scrappy. He will, if you ask Bubba to run into that brick wall, he'd run into it. If I say, Bubba, I want you to dive into the bleachers, he's going to do it. Just a tough-natured kid, whatever you say to do, he'll do it. And he's had a lot of success at playing football. Bone, down ready. Going to go up the middle. Going to be given to Smith. Nice run right there by Smith. I thought there was a little bobble on that handoff, but I guess not. Jaleel got those feet moving, picked up about 3.
good vision there by Jaleel. He kind of ran into a couple defensive linemen there, but then he redirected himself and found a little seam there, so that's good.
Now, Richie, we do have the Farmers National Bank Player of the Game during our post game. So make sure you're also looking at those linemen. You can see a lot of movement there where we may see the running backs touch the ball a lot, but as well as I do, those linemen are opening up everything for them.
Right.
Pitch to Darty. Darty's going to be upended after a gain of 1.
Pretty good hit there. Does that qualify? I don't know.
Good. Let's do a quick Dr. Isaacs instant replay there. Check out this hit. Darty on it.
Hard run for sure.
Yep. Let's see. Going to toss it out. Upended. Nice hit there by number 10 for Valley. Put it on the Johnny Rocker watch list.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice fans, cheer on the nice one offense on 3rd down.
This is a different formation than the Knights are used to right here.
Oh, Cox, a fall forward.
Little fake toss there.
Yeah, Landon, another, a quick guy. When he gets those, he had long stride. He can go up, get upfield pretty quick right there.
Yeah, he's got a quick twitch to him.
Another tough kid. 4th and 2 for the Knights. Going to elect to go for it. Clock rose. 2:20 remaining in this second quarter. Looks like Valley's going to take a timeout. And with that, we'll take a break. We're watching high school football at G&G Production.
50 years ago, Richard Nixon was the president and The Godfather was in theaters.
While a lot has changed in 50 years, one thing that has remained the same is the firm of Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain. Since 1972, Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain has been assisting the people of Central Kentucky in many areas of the law, including personal injury, domestic relations, real estate, and estate planning.
And call us at 859-336-3901 and let the reputable attorneys at Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain work for you.
This is an advertisement.
Back here, big 4th and 2. Marion County looking to advance the ball, keep this drive going, and close out this half with the ball and possibly points. Actually, punt formation now. I thought they was lined up, and they are going to punt it away. Low kick. Oh, hits the official. Going to be down by number 34, Lane Darty, at the 40-yard line. Before the timeout, it appeared Marion County had set on going for it.
Well, it looked like it, and I think they changed their minds there, obviously. Coach Carter's trying to, play it safe. I think what that does is it shows that he has confidence in his defense.
Yeah. Yeah, live ball right there off the official.
Yeah.
Nothing changes.
No.
Really for Valley, could have been really bad if it had hit the official. Valley player kicked it on the way downfield. Marion County gets it,
Right. I saw some Marion County players stall there. Valley could have scooped it and took off with it.
Yep. Flag on the play.
Valley's motioning that it's.
Hard snap, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
Yeah.
At this time, we need the 5th and 6th.
Right here, Marion County's got to keep their head up, regain their composure, chill out, keep playing hard, play fast, don't overthink it.
Another thing that may have went into Coach Carter's mind was he was thinking we have the ball coming out in the second half.
Right.
Let's get out of this, not take any chances. 1st and 5. 2:12 remaining. Up the middle to Wilson. Wilson keeps moving, falling forward. Going to pick up about 5, I believe he's got 6. Going to be a 1st down for Valley. Valley with 2 timeouts left. If that is correct on our Jesse Insurance Agency scoreboard.
Yeah, Coach Carter's not pleased right now. He wasn't pleased with his defensive line's effort right there. I could see him giving them a piece of advice.
Well, you know, Wilson, it takes a couple guys to get him down, you know.
Right.
They're going to have to start, you know, when they get one, they're going to have to send the whole squad.
It's about stamina in this game. Who can hold up? Another flag.
Looks like it's going to be a false start on
Prior
Valley.
snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains, first down.
There's some future Marion County Knights right there walking across the bleachers. Our middle school team is going to play for conference championship.
That's great.
Beat Spencer County this week. We'll play the winner of Bardstown and North Nelson.
Their coach, Miles Durbin, played in the basketball league with us. And you talk about a bull in a china shop.
High energy
He's
guy.
a high energy, high octane guy. Loves it. Great, doing a great job with the middle school program. 1st and 15, Henning. Looks like you're going to have another false start.
Like I said, those flags are going the way of Marion County.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains, first down.
1st and 20.
That penalty puts the Vikings just short of their own 40-yard line. Makes it 1st and 20.
Clock runs. Valley in no hurry now. They're probably also good with going into halftime, locked in exactly where they're at.
Yep.
Up the middle gasway. Marion County clogs it up this time. Clock's running.
It's all about staying home.
Yeah.
Can't fall for that eye candy. You saw Wilson hopping around, you know, in motion, you know, and your eyes can get fixated on him because of his frame. You know, it's like such a, you know, imposing body.
Yeah, you know, if you're Samuel Cameron right there on the DN, you know, you got to be prepared for it because it's not going to be an easy job. Here he goes again. This time they're going to give it to him. He's bumping outside, going to be met on this side of the field by number 23 for the Knights.
Jakari Foster.
I believe that's Jakari Foster. I was looking down at my sheet to be correct, and you are correct. Jakari Foster pushes him out of bounds. 3rd and 19. If you're Coach Carter, is there any way, you know, if you get a stop right here, you take a timeout and then full sink, go after that punt one time?
You know, I probably would, but that's why I'm up here and he's down there.
Yeah. We want the highlight. We think there's a good chance we're going to block the punt, but in reality, probably not going to happen.
Yep. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. You know,
I'm thinking about playing Madden and all the video games. In the wing tee, Henning. Wilson in motion, going up the middle to Gasway. He's got a seam. And he's going to be stopped short. 3rd and 4. Excuse me, 4th and 4. Timeout. Valley. Valley wants one more crack at it.
Yeah.
They weren't done quite yet.
Yeah.
Trickery. Got to go and prevent now if you're Marion County.
Yep. Leonardo Henry with a good hit there.
Yep. Very impressed with his athleticism. We'll keep it right here. See us last play. Early indication, Rich, you got anybody on your radar for Farmers National Bank Player of the Game?
You know, I think right now for Marion County, I mean, you still got to think about Jonathan Marples. I'm a big Matthew Gribbins fan. You know, he's been, you know, just because he's not making tackles every play, what he's doing is he's attracting 2 offensive linemen every play, because in that wing tee, you know, he's got the center and the guard blocking him every play. So if you're looking at a lineman, I got my eye on him.
Yeah, also Samuel Cameron talked about him coaching up the 1st and 2nd graders. Another one, you know, come up. Chance Smith hadn't called his name. I could have missed him lately, but I know those first 3 or 4 plays, he was making some good tackles for the Knights.
He's been in the mix.
Here we go. 4th and 4. Will Valley show a little trickery, try to punch it in, or will they keep it basic and stay in that wing tee, try to get some nice running lanes? Let's see it. Wilson in motion, another flag.
Prior to snap. False start.
False start. It's the Vikings.
5-yard penalty remains. Third down.
You know, the penalties have slowed this game down.
Yeah, they have. They have. And I would say that Valley's head coach is furious right now.
Yeah.
Just being honest, because, you know, they've had some positive moments in this game, but those penalties have set them back.
Yeah.
Foot to foot.
Here we go. Drake in motion, going to take it. Looking for a lane, cuts it back up field. He's got room on this side, but Jakari Foster's going to knock him out, and that's going to do it. Marion County trails this one 8-7 against the Valley Vikings in this district matchup. We'll take a break, come back, have our halftime show. You're listening to High School Football, a G&G production.
You've surely heard of folks who have bought a car that turns out to be a lemon. Before you know it, your dream car turns into a nightmare with breakdown after breakdown. The same thing happens with car loans. You might think it's a sweetheart deal, but it turns sour overnight. If you have a lemon car loan, it's time to refinance with C&V of Lebanon. The rates are great. Application process is simple, and they'll turn that lemon loan into sweet lemonade. Stop by today or call 270-692-2113. C&V of Lebanon. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Let me take just a second to tell you about Beach Fork. If you like sporting clays, guided hunts, and lodging, well, Beach Fork Outdoors is ready for you. They're located amidst the beautiful rolling hills of Springfield, Kentucky, in the heart of the Bourbon Trail. The Sporting Clays course exhibits scenery unlike any other. With 12 stations, the Upland Bird Hunting Package offers a vast acreage of well-maintained food plots. The Parlor is our lodge. It offers hearty southern home-cooked meals and a private living suite with breathtaking views. Beach Fork Outdoors, 2938 Macville Road in Springfield, or call 859-481-5310.
Intercounty Energy wants you to put safety first when you're working outside. Always look up to see if there are overhead power lines, and be sure to stay clear of them. For safety's sake, always hire a professional to trim trees instead of doing it yourself. Remember, a tree limb cut in the wrong place could fall on a power line and cause you a world of hurt. If you do decide to do the work yourself, always protect your eyes and hands by wearing safety glasses and gloves. Intercounty Energy cares about your safety. Look up, be alert, and stay safe.
Intercounty Energy bring you this look at economic development in Marion County. For the Marion County Economic Development Foundation, here's Executive Director Brooklyn Leap.
Over the last several decades, Lebanon and Marion County have been so successful in the recruitment of new businesses, particularly when it comes to the manufacturing sector. We are so proud of the diverse industrial base here in Marion County that ranges from Tier 1 automotive suppliers to plastics manufacturers to the lumber and hardwood industry, food and beverage, agriculture, and of course, last but certainly not least, the bourbon industry also plays such a vital part in our economy. With so many industries here in our county, we have so many opportunities for employment. If you need a job, we have one for you here in Marion County. All you have to do is contact our office or visit our website for more information. I'm Brooklyn Leap, Marion County Economic Development Executive Director.
How do you play it safe around electricity? My dad works for Intercounty Energy and wants us to be careful by doing the following. Never put fingers or other objects in an outlet. Keep metal objects out of toasters. Keep radios and electrical items away from bathtubs and showers. Never pull a plug out by its cord. Stay away from substations and power lines. Don't climb on power poles. Never fly kites near power lines. Whether you are playing outside or inside on a rainy day, always play it safe around electricity. This message brought to you by Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
The following is a paid advertisement.
The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located at 144 West Main Street in Lebanon. Ms. McCauley handles cases in many areas in law, including DUI, DWI, divorce and family law, employee rights, real estate, wills and estates. The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located in Lebanon at 144 West Main Street. Or you may call her office today for an appointment at 270-692-0684.
Snap, snap, Snappy Tomato Pizza. We make your pizza with our authentic recipe. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
I'm ready for a Snappy Tomato Pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com.
Try to think of the most convenient bank service you could hope for. How about banking from your mobile phone? Well, Springfield State Bank has it. With our new mobile banking, you can monitor your checking account, transfer money, even pay your bills right from your cell phone. Enrollment is easy. Just visit our website at www.springfieldstate.com for details. Springfield State Bank, we're your locally owned community bank doing big bank things. We want to make banking easy for you. Springfield State Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Springfield State halftime report. Checking out the scoreboard. We got about 10 minutes to go during halftime. Knights trail this one 8-7 in this district game against Valley. You know, Marion County got to be pleased with the way it started. Offense kind of stalled late, and then Valley punched one in on a long 3rd and 13. I think we're going to have a really, really good game here tonight, Richie.
Yeah, just looking at some stats here, some numbers that really jump off the page at me is Valley carried the ball 23 times for 160 yards in the first half. Marion County carried the ball 7 times for 47 yards.
Gotcha.
Valley had 6 first downs. Marion County had 0 first downs. And, you know, Valley, what they got to do, they got to be beating their heads up against the wall right now in the locker room because they had 9 plays, 65 yards on penalties. 9 penalties for 65 yards.
Yeah, that's actually your difference in the game. You know, Marion County's fortunate that happened. Otherwise, you know, it may be 14 to 7 game or something like that. But Marion County will take it. Some positive things that they could talk about in halftime. You know, Jonathan Marple's nice run to get them going. I really like that misdirection play up the middle where he took it for 17 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Marion County's going into that halftime saying we got to improve our offense, but they got to be pleased with their defense. I mean, Valley's rushed for 160 yards and they only have 1 touchdown. Marion County stopped them when they've needed to.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Wilson holds up. He's handled the workload for them. A lot of power yards there, running through, taking a few Marion County guys to get him down at times. But, you know, maybe he'll wear in the second half. Gasway busted one for about 35 to get into the end zone for them. He had a nice run, and you kept saying, you know, you got to watch the dive, see what happens there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Valley, you know, they got some really big linemen up front, some really big guys packing some weight. So it's about stamina for them. You know, they can really prove how in shape they are in the second half.
Gotcha. One thing we want to make sure we talk about on the Springfield State Bank halftime show is the $20 gift certificate to Pub 68. New spot in town. Got the pizza out here tonight in the hospitality room. But here's what you got to do. You got to comment #LiveFree for a chance to win. Share this. Tell your cousins to #LiveFree. All right. In the comments for a chance to win. The more times that we can get live free in there, the more chance you may have to get the $20 gift certificate to Pub 68. So we'll take a few minutes, let you guys get that going. Going to do that in the second half. Is that what we do? That's how we roll. Looking for Hal B. Said we'll get that done in the second half. So comment #LiveFree and you will be entered got a grandma, got a mom on Facebook, tell them to put it in there, and then they can maybe take you and you can enjoy some wings or some pizza at Pub 68.
Yeah, we've had some good experiences down there. I really like their pizza, like their wings. It's been good. I've probably been a little overzealous with my helpings and portion sizes tonight. I need to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, myself included. I went back there and ate a little bit too much. But, you know, me and you, not ones to get cheated at the dinner table.
Right. I'm not shy when it comes to supper time.
Gotcha. Keys to the game moving forward. What do you think Marion County is going to have to do coming out? What's Coach Carter talking to him about right now?
You know, I think he's talking about being disciplined up front. In offense, I mean, they've got to hit their hose. They got to make their blocks. That's going to give your backs confidence in running the ball. I think offensively, you know, they just got to get some positive yards, build positive plays on top of positive plays.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like the officials, they may have got their Pub 68 halftime snack in there, got their water in. Hopefully it doesn't slow them down much in the second half. But looks like they're heading back out to the field. We got about 6 minutes to go before we kick it off here in the second half. We'll take another break. You're listening to High School Football, a G&G production.
Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky. It's definitely the place to shop. Shop in Lebanon for that special spring outfit, for that just right fit for an upcoming wedding. How about custom tees? Downtown Lebanon has you covered, literally. No matter the size of your group, tees for schools, churches, businesses, clubs, and much more. Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky. Florists, gift shops, wedding attire, framing, and that just right fit for a pair of shoes. Check out Lebanon today and find out why they're a place to shop.
For a lot of people, home ownership is a big to-do list item that has to get checked before you feel like you're a grown-up, living your best life. If you're ready to check that box, talk to Derek Brussel at Farmers National Bank. Derek specializes in guiding first-time home buyers, young borrowers, and other newbies toward a responsible, manageable, fulfilling financial future. Visit farmersnational.bank to get in touch. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402972.
To a farmer, a handshake is as good as a contract, and a man's word is something you can actually build on. So to have an insurance agent who's accountable, trustworthy, and dedicated to providing the best customer service possible, well, that sure does go a long way. And that's why the farmers in Lebanon trust Jesse Insurance.
To hear more about their farm insurance products, stop by 101 South Spalding Avenue, across from the post office. Call 270-595-0000. Jesse Insurance, the agent with choices. Protect what you sow.
Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. is a second-generation dentist in his hometown of Springfield, and he and his staff invite you to his office at 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. They offer family dentistry as well as digital dentistry where no impressions are needed. Their all-digital technology allows you to get crowns, bridges, partials, and implants with no discomfort. Results are more accurate and quicker. For family dentistry, see Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield, or call today at 859-336-7680. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., a reason to smile since 1963.
I better cut a walker.
Son, you don't have a claim, but your brother does. At John A. Elder Law, I'll be up front with you in determining whether you need representation. I will strive to treat you with compassion, like I would my own family. When you hire me, you get my time, my advice, and my personal cell. Call the Rocker, where compassion meets credibility.
All right, back on the Springfield State Bank halftime show. We're going to wrap this one up. About 3 minutes, we'll be back on the field right here. Knight's still back in the locker room. You know, that lets you know Coach Carter, he's giving that last-minute instruction. He knows how big this game is.
Yeah, we could say he's giving them some words of encouragement. They're drawing it up for the second half. You know, they have a game plan. They've done some things good. They've done some good things, but there's some things that they need to work on. And, Coach Carter doesn't want them to let this get away from them. See Coach Perkle coming out here, so.
Yeah, they're on their way back out. Like I said, doesn't want it to get away. After seeing both the teams, you got to think they feel pretty good about where they stand and know this is one that they can get to get them on the good side of the column in district play.
Right, it's similar to UK and Ole Miss tomorrow. Changes your whole season if you win tonight. It just gives you more opportunities for the rest of your season and for postseason play.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one. Noon kickoff. I'll head over and watch the first and second graders in Bardstown at 10, and I plan on being back in Lebanon by 11:30.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm trying to talk my wife into making a big pot of pinto beans, but not sure if she's going to do that or not.
I think my dad said he was going to cook chili or pinto beans or something. He's commenting live and free.
Oh, yeah.
We'll say it one more time during this break. Got plenty of time to get in. A $20 gift card to Pub 68. All you got to do is comment live and free, and you will automatically be entered for a chance to win. While we're waiting, Rich, I think I'm going to put in my hashtag live free. And if I win it, I'm going to eat $20 on G&G.
Now, you're not going to donate it to Pops?
I don't know. May take him out and let him pick up the second half.
Going to go eat chili on him tomorrow and then tell him how good the Pub 68 was?
Yeah. The officials heading back out now. They must have had to go back for a second piece of pizza. It was so good. They had to head back in. So make sure you share that, get that going. All right, $20 Pub 68 gift card. That's the last time we're going to announce it. All you have to do, hashtag live free, and you're entered for a chance to win.
I'll tell you, watching them break down that tunnel was impressive.
I didn't see it. How'd they do that?
I mean, it was just, it was a work of art. They, they got it down quick and they folded it up. It's a lot to do there.
Yeah, right there. And is it all in that little box right there?
It's all
That's
right
pretty cool.
there. That was the tough part, is putting it back in that container.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great element that they've added right here to the game day atmosphere at Marion County is that helmet. It means a lot. Running out, you remember all the smoke going, stuff like that.
It just makes it more of an event.
Yeah.
It's special to do stuff like that.
Yeah, the athletic department did a good job at promoting these events. I know that first game, they had the big tailgate, face painting, cornhole, DJ. When we played Nelson County over at the baseball field, Washington County was Washington County. We talked about it. Man, the lines were backed up like crazy in the concession stand for that one. And tonight, youth night. So done a good job at promoting these events. Quick push for next week. I believe Hal B. Good and maybe Jimmy Wethington will be in the house to call Marion County versus Ohio County. I am out of town. You said you had a wedding, so they'll be here on spot. Maybe Eric Darty. Eric may slide in. Got a comment coming through in the...
Looks like Johnny Rocker has commented. Hashtag call the rocker. He says, I'm loving Pookie and Big Rich on the call for G&G. You guys are crushing it. Appreciate all the love. Hashtag LEB. Hey, we appreciate you, Rocker.
Yeah, we got it. We got to, this second half, we got to be on the lookout, man. We got to get this hit of the game. Don't be on the wrong side of a big hit. Let Johnny Rocker take care of you.
Yeah, he'll take care of you. Johnny Rocker's the man. Attorney at law. Millions of dollars recovered for clients.
There we go. Marion County on the field. 2 minutes remaining until we get this one back in the air.
I think my mom went and saw Johnny Rocker a few weeks ago to have her wheel redone, and she said it was just the easiest pie, just great experience. He did a great job for her.
Yeah, I know we were cruising back from Florida one night, and didn't get pulled over, but about a month later, I got a bill in the mail said I was doing a little too fast in an Alabama country town. And I gave it to the Rocker, and he got it taken care of.
Said it was toast.
Yes, it was done. Had to buy his way into a football league, but it paid off.
No, that's worth it.
Here we go. We're going to take another 30-second break before we get back and get this second half in motion. Remember, a lot of live frees coming through. Bobby Settles, Phyllis Hicks, Trish Wathen, Rebecca Perkle, and the Warhawks head coach Eddie Walston coming through, getting in live free. You're listening to High School Football, G&G Production.
If you've been injured in an accident, you need a lawyer who is compassionate, but can also get the job done. With Johnny Rocker, you get both. Compassion for our clients is what fuels us to fight until we win. Whether representation is needed to negotiate with the insurance companies or to take them to court, Johnny Rocker is on your side. When you hire me, you get my time, my advice, and my personal sale. Call the Rocker, where compassion meets credibility.
Back to action. Marion County taking the sideline here. They're going to come out with the ball. I love the call to defer. Valley didn't say that they wanted the ball. I love having the ball coming out to set the tone in the second half. I just feel like there's so much you can do at the end of the quarter, into the half. You kind of manage it to set up getting the ball coming out. It could be a 14-point swing.
Yeah, no, that middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the second quarter, first 4 minutes of the third quarter, usually wins or loses games. Last 4 minutes, Marion County's big stop on Valley. Didn't let them score. These first 4 minutes of the third quarter, Marion County has a real opportunity to capitalize.
Yeah, let's see if who they're sending back. Leonardo Henry, Ty Barker, and Bubba Noel. Say you had a Washington County update?
It's 14-13. I'm waiting on my buddy Ross Wright or Tyler Campbell to send me how much time is left.
Wow, Washington County.
I mean, that's a big game for them to be leading in.
Richie, you had a flag at the end of the first half. Did they back this one up a little bit?
Yeah, there was a flag out there. But when that second quarter ended, we didn't mention it, but Kiki Yoakum and Jaleel Smith, they actually saved a touchdown. They caused that guy to have to redirect and go the other way, and Marion County got a big stop right there.
All right. Bubba Noel back with Ty Barker. Noel going to let it hit, going to scoop it at the 35, head upfield, bouncing it to the far side of the field. He's still on his feet. Bubba Noel cuts it back. Ooh, going to be hit by number 8 right there.
I'll tell you what, Chance Smith may have a hit of the game right there.
Can we get an instant replay right there? Chance Smith on the far side of the field. Dr. Isaac's Dentistry. Instant replay. Watching Bubba Smith comes through.
Big
definitely. Put that on the board. That is that's a good call, Richie, right there on that one.
Johnny Rocker hit of the game.
Yeah, Johnny Rocker hit of the game. Chance Smith put him on the board. Talk about it in the Farmers Bank, in the post-game show. We'll decide on it, but Chance Smith with the Johnny Rocker potential hit of the game. A little movement early. That looked like 34, Lane Darty, in for his brother Will. No, Will's there. He was in at the fullback slot. Will was at the running back slot.
Yeah, Lane's at the fullback. A lot of times what they're doing is they're rotating that tight end spot. Sometimes Jaleel's at the tight end spot. Sometimes he's at the fullback spot.
1st and 15. Not the way they want to start it, but let's get this thing moving in the right direction. Cox under center. Bone. Misdirection. Same play they scored on earlier. Marple's with it. Marple's going to bust it. Still on his feet. Fighting. He is still rolling. Wow, Jonathan Marple's going to take that down to the 40. Let's get another look at that. Wow, what a run by Jonathan Marples.
Another counter there.
Love that play.
29-yard gain.
Right there, he should have been down. And just kept going.
Great vision to sidestep that DB there, too.
When they break down the film, Coach Carter is going to love that one right there. He's done a great job of taking those up the middle. Landon Cox under center. Darty, Marples behind him. Barker split out to the left. Up the middle, Darty going to take it, going to be stood up after a gain of 2 or 3.
Saw Kiki pull around that end. Not sure if that was an option to bounce around. If so, he had a lot of space in front of him there.
In your day, did you do a lot of pulling?
A little bit. Larry Tom Sullivan would give me the opportunity. They do more. They really, traditionally, they do more pulling with the wing tee than they do the wishbone. But I haven't really noticed Valley doing a whole lot of pulling.
I haven't either. Cox under center. One split out to his left. Jaleel Smith tight end to his right. Will Darty up the middle, going to be tripped up by number 27 for Valley. That is papers mixed up here. That is the wrong paper. All right. Yeah, I was looking. 3rd and 5. Marion County 4-down territory right here.
Nice fans, cheer on our offense on 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Cox
third
under
down.
center. Big 3rd down. Oh, some confusion. No flag? Darty's going to have it. Preliminary. All right, we got a flag on the far side of the field. It was close. Not sure, but I don't know how that wasn't a penalty to start.
I know it. I think that's going to be unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, I believe so.
On Wilson.
Looks like number 1 for Valley. And it was close. It was just a little push at the end. Wasn't a ton.
You could make an argument to let it go, or you could make an argument to call it. That's a tough one if you're a referee.
Yeah. Let's see what he tells Coach Henning on the far side. Not happy. I think he's pointing to the line of scrimmage like he saw something happen there.
Dead ball.
Yep.
Personal foul. Defense. Half this go. First down.
First down for the Knights.
Big break for Marion County. They're in a great position right here.
If you were sitting in your recliner on a Sunday afternoon, they'd move you to the red zone and put the Knights in Valley on. Knights in the red zone. First and 10. First and go with the 9. Bone formation. Darty with it. Flag coming in. Slung down and around by Wilson. Wilson, high energy guy.
Yeah, he's strong, powerful guy.
Preliminary indication is a hold.
You know, things change quick in life, and I just got an update on this Washington County game. 6 minutes and 13 seconds left in the second quarter. LCA is up 28-14.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Quick turnaround there.
You know, they got a high-powered offense. They can just put points up quick.
Yeah, when you got Cutter Bowley that can let it rip about 50 yards at any time, you know. Danger. All right. Holding on the Knights. That's going to back them up. Not how they wanted to start this red zone opportunity. 9:10 remaining on your Jesse Insurance Agency scoreboard. Valley leads at 8-7. Marion County threatening on the opening drive of the 3rd. Oh, going to pass it. And they read it well and going to be dropped for a loss. All the way back at the 26-yard line. Faked it up the middle. Looked like they was going to try to throw an out on the right side of the field. Maybe looking toward Jaleel Smith. I know he lines up over there. Not sure really what happened right there. But the Knights take a loss. Going to be 2nd and 26. We got a timeout on the field with that. We'll take a break. This is high school football, a G&G production.
I am Sarge Pollock, State Representative for the 51st District, made up of Marion and Taylor County. Growing up on a farm taught me hard work and family values, and building relationships to serve others has always been important to me. Faith, family, and integrity are the three principles I live my life by, and the foundation to serve Marion County in the 51st District. I am Sarge Pollock, your State Representative, because it matters.
Paid for by Michael Sarge Pollock for State Representative. A G&G Live Free production.
Are you tired of paying rent? Do you dream of owning your own home? Now's the time to make that dream a reality. Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns Realtor, Exit Realty Bluegrass, 270-402-4036. Call or text Lisa Kearns, the helpful agent.
Back to action while Marion County gets set on this 2nd and 26. How about if you're watching, you're having a good time, enjoying it, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, all right? And get that signal pumped out for us. You know, a lot goes into this with the production crew, Hal B., John Graves. They do a lot of good for a lot of people. So if you're having a good time watching it, give it a like or a thumbs up. Going to give it up the middle to Will Darty. Not much doing. Did get positive yardage. Going to pick up about 4 yards there.
Yeah, it was good on Darty to protect the ball. Had a lot of guys tugging at it, trying to strip him, but he held on to it there. So that's a good heads-up play by Will Darty.
See a lot of likes coming through. Appreciate that. Keeping up with you guys viewing. We got our Facebook profile, or we got it rolling right in front of us. We can see all that happening. Pretty cool. Pretty amazing setup here.
Yeah, it is. Eddie Walston's giving you a chestnut shout out.
Cox rolling right, looking downfield, decides to keep it, and is going to be stood up at about the 12-yard line. Little extracurricular there, not sure what's going on.
Looks like they took the ball from him, but I believe the whistle had already blown.
Yeah, I saw Valley. They didn't like that it had already blown dead. I saw them over there. They started jumping. You could tell what that means. Marion County looking downfield there for a pass. Couldn't find any opening, so Cox took it and moved upfield.
Yeah, good decision by Cox. No need to throw it if it's not there. Got some positive yards out of it.
Still got some live and frees coming in. Remember, if you like pizza, if you like wings, hashtag live free in the comments. We'll be giving away a $20 gift card at the end of the 3rd, so you still have time to get that in. All right? Let us know, live and free. Hashtag live and free for your chance to win it. Wow, Kaminsky coming on. Let's see, ball's marked at the 15-yard line, so this will be a 32-yard field goal.
Yep.
I'm sure there's been some great kickers, but one of our sponsors actually used to be a kicker for the Knights.
Yep, took them to the playoffs.
Took them to the playoffs.
5 yards remains, 4th down.
Johnny Rocker, former kicker for the Knights. Roger Hunt, Coach Roger Hunt with the 3rd and 4th grade, coming in with the live free. He's trying to take Noah and family out to eat and get some good food. Kaminsky still on, going to make it a 37-yard field goal. It's down. It's up. Can it get there, Richie? It's good. Will Kaminsky, 37-yard field goal to put the Knights ahead. Wow, what a kick.
Yeah, that's a big-time kick. You know, he'll go out. If they win this game, he'll be a hero.
Oh, absolutely. Look at this on the Dr. Isaac instant replay. 37-yarder through the uprights. You see the official backpedaling, trying to get a little different view on it. I think it caught him off guard.
He was anticipating a different outcome.
Hey, a kick like that puts Will Kaminsky in the running for your Farmers Bank Player of the Game.
Absolutely. You know, we haven't seen a kick like that. You know, I'm thinking Montre Beam, possibly.
Well, you got to go. You got the Rocker. I don't know if Rocker had 37 yards in him. Mark Corbett.
Mark Corbett
went on to kick for.
He was a punter for Lindsey Wilson.
Punter.
He was a punter.
Was he a kicker as well?
I don't know. It may have been Mayo was their kicker. Was Mayo their kicker?
He was the punter. I think Mark was the kicker. Not positive. Somebody comment and let us know.
Chime in from out there in Holy Cross, Corbett. We need a Corbett from Holy Cross to chime in.
What a kick. Kamitsky back on, going to kick it off. Will Knight. That was another one. Will Knight.
Will Knight was a good kicker.
Going to take it upfield. Looking for some room. Going to be stood up at the 25-yard line. Slew of Knights in on the tackle. You know, I don't know that I've ever seen a sideline get that gassed up over a field goal. I mean, the crowd, the sideline, they completely lost it.
Yeah, he really got them into it for sure. Kimberly Carr, the last score we heard, it was 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Washington was up, LCA was up on Washington 28-14.
Roger said Mark was the kicker, Mayo the punter.
Okay, gotcha. Me as a historian is in question now.
There you go. That was when they went to, had a lot of good teams in that era.
Yep,
Man,
they were good.
I remember going to Western and watching that game. That was a big-time game. Going to go right side. Number 1, Gasway. Going to pick up about 1. 2nd and 9 there. Very entertaining game. You know, had a good time with this one.
Yeah, it's been fun. You know, two teams, two competitive teams that are really out for a win. They're putting it all on the line out there.
You know, and I mean, it is what it is. You know, two teams struggled last year a little bit. You know, had some success this year, and they know, you know, knocking down a wall. This could be a big wall for both of them to knock down as they take the next steps in building their programs.
You know, for Marion County, it's about getting a win at home. You know, it just means a whole lot.
Up the middle, Gasway. Oh, not Gasway. Number 21, Drake in a foot race. Great tackle there. Touchdown saving tackle by Ty Barker. I thought he was gone, Richie. I'm not going to lie. When he got into that second level, I thought he was gone. That was Brendan Drake on the carry there.
Drake's got that breakaway speed. Barker with a big save there. Marion County needs to, you know, refocus right here.
Yeah.
Don't get on your heels. Keep playing fast. Keep playing hard.
All right, Valley back into Marion County territory fast. Going up the middle.
Amazing he kept that alive. I mean, I thought he was down, and then he just popped up out of nowhere with new life.
Yeah. You know, somebody was talking about it, you know, wearing each other out with runs on defense. Somebody said, well, you know, the backs got to get tired. And they said, well, the defense got to get tired too.
Right.
So, you know, these guys, I mean, a lot of hits coming up the middle. Boom, boom. Every play, you know, you got to be focused. Like I said, Trey Yoakum, freshman, anchoring the middle of that defense up front.
Yeah, he's not backing down. He's having a good game.
'65, Andrew Thomas, Trey Yoakum, Samuel Cambron taking care of the interior of that defense.
A lot of those guys will be back next year.
Yep. Kiki Yoakum on the far side. Hennings under center. Toss right to Wilson. Nice hit right there. Who was that? Chance Smith again coming up. Let's take another look at that. Watch, Wilson had a lane right there. Chance, and you know, Wilson, a big kid, strong kid. Chance comes up and watch him fall back right here. Chance closes that gap. Boom, right there. Pushes him back. And Chance, you know, another player, you know, maybe in on the player of the game.
Yeah.
He called his name a lot. He's everywhere.
Said his name a lot. He's been in on a lot of positive plays. Made a difference.
Clock rolls. 3:30 remaining in the third. Tight game here at John J. Boswell Field. Henning under center. Marion County staying in the 4-4. Wilson in motion. Going to give it to Gasway up the middle. I'm looking for the spot. It's going to be close. Oh, late hit. No, they didn't give it to him. Let's see. It's going to be close. Depends on the spot. We may have our first measurement. Well, they give him the first down. Saw a little extracurricular after the play. Officials chose not to flag that one.
Yeah, we're letting them play a little bit.
Found that, when you get flags every play, I get you got to control the game, but it messes with the flow. If you get a non-penalized game, the flow's just really good.
Yeah, there's a fine line there to controlling the game, but also letting the game have some rhythm and flow.
Here we go, 1st and 10, ball marked at the Marion County 18-yard line.
You take your chance on Wilson. You got to hit him every play.
Yeah.
So if they're going to go to that third option, you just have to chalk that up as a loss.
Yeah. As Coach Henning puts in his wing tee and Valley, probably a lot of basics this year, and, he can get more creative. The longer he has that system in, you can do a lot. I remember Mark Brown and John Harden. I mean, they were just moving in every different direction.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember his being this tight. Drake, sweep left, going to be stuck. Going to be close to another first down. They're doing what they want to do, keeping the chains very manageable, setting up good opportunities. I believe it's going to be a little short, 3rd and 1 as the clock rolls, 1:30. Real quick, before we wrap this quarter up, we will be giving away the gift card at the end of the 3rd. So you got about another 2 minutes to get your hashtag live free in if you want a shot at a $20 gift card to Pub 68. Henning under center. Go right up the middle. I believe that's Gasway going to take it, and he picks up a first down.
Marion County's got to find some energy here, find a breath, not get on their heels.
Yeah, they've been on the field a long time here. Going to set up a 1st and go. Clock's running. A big stop right here because, Valley was here earlier. They elected not to kick the field goal, so you got to think it's four down territory for them here as they look to take the lead going into the 4th quarter. Henning with it. Up the middle, Gasway again, met by Walla Knights. It's Trey, looks like Trey Yoakum doing a good job right there, plugging it up.
Yeah, you got Trey Yoakum and big brother Kiki Yoakum on the line. That's got to be cool for both of them out there.
Yeah, we did our segment earlier in the year over at Bar talking about brothers that play together. It's pretty wild that you got Kiki and Trey on the defensive line together and Will and Lane in the offensive backfield together.
That is.
Pretty wild. And I believe Valley's going to let the clock roll right here, going to let it expire at the end of the 3rd quarter. Marion County leads this one 10-8. We'll take a break, come back, announce the winner of the Pub 68 $20 gift card. You're listening to High School Football, a G&G production.
Marion County stands at the intersection of life, legacy, and vision. Welcome to Marion County, the heart of Kentucky. We're hiring today at Hendrickson Axle Company in Lebanon. Apply today online at work4h.com. Competitive wages, competitive benefit package. Hendrickson Axle. The world rides on us. The Lebanon Marion County Industrial Foundation. Welcome to Marion County in the heart of Kentucky.
Washington County football is brought to you by the Springfield Presbyterian Church. As a family of believers, our purpose is to glorify God by loving Him, loving each other, growing in Christ-likeness, and making Jesus Christ known in word and deed. Springfield Presbyterian Church, 140 East Main Street, Springfield, Kentucky, or contact Reverend Clay Stevens at 859-481-6105.
All right, back to action. Marion County leads this one. Big Big goal line stand right here for the Knights. We got the winner of the Live and Free. We'll announce it as soon as we get time right here. Hitting under center. Up the middle to Gasway. Hadn't seen a signal yet. Going to be down. Be marked about a yard or two short. 3rd and 1, ball at the 1. Marion County defense coming up big. Trey Yoakum, Kiki, Andrew Thomas, Samuel Cameron anchoring it down. Linebackers Darty and Smith plugging it up. Big goal line stand right here, Rich.
Yeah, this is big.
Make some noise for defense!
All right. Here we go. Henning under center. Wilson with it. I believe he's going to fall in. Wilson with the touchdown for the Vikings.
That's a big drive for Valley. Looks like they may be going for 2 here.
Yeah, you know, looking at the, they have went for 2 earlier. Got to think they would because you got to in this situation.
Right.
It puts the pressure on Marion County to either hit a field goal or go for 2, whatever they elect to do. Make it a 6-point game. I think it's a no-brainer for Valley, and that's what they'll do. Also, a big play on the other end for Marion County. Get this. You punch it in, you're going to be able to get the lead again.
Right.
Henning with it. Maryland I formation. Wilson with it. And he's going to be stopped.
Big stop.
Big stop there. Let's see who comes out of it. Kiki, Jaleel, and Leonardo. And looks like Jakari, gang tackle right there. So right before we go to a break, the winner of the $20 Pub 68 gift card is Trish Wathen. Congratulations, Trish Wathen. How Be Good will be mailing you the gift card. He will get with you, get everything he needs, and congratulations. Enjoy some wings and pizza at Pub 68. With that, we'll take a break. You're listening to High School Football, a G&G production.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
We're back here at John J. Boswell Field. The Knights are set to receive. Looks like 11 minutes and 7 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Valley is up 14-10.
Yep. Oh, onside kick. Let's see. I believe number 24 got on it for the Knights. Samuel Roby.
Samuel Roby, heads up play by Roby.
A freshman, you know, You're not thinking it's coming to you. I actually thought I thought the center had a good chance at that. But Roby, heads up play to get back to it. Didn't try to pick it up, dove on it, did exactly what he was supposed to.
And he's looking cool coming off of that.
Hey,
coming off
that
field.
Hey, that's a play of the game right there.
Right.
See Squirm Nailing tuned in, commenting on us. His son OT got a breakaway scoop up touchdown last week. And, you know, he's a defensive lineman. You know, he doesn't get to carry the ball on offense yet. But you could tell he broke free. He put on a good show in the end zone.
I bet he had a very impressive dance.
He had it all lined out. Will Darty up the middle. Going to take it for about 6. OT's a nephew of former Knight Tyson.
Yep, Tyson Thompson, OT. Kid of those St. Mary Thompsons.
Tyson carried you all to a win one night.
Yeah.
McQuarrie Central.
McQuarrie Central. Homecoming. I'll tell you another. Devin Yoakum is a Washington County alumnus who's a close kin to those guys. Played football for Washington County.
Handoff up the middle. Daugherty bounces off tackler, falls forward, going to get the first down. You know, right there, he could have been tackled for no gain, kept his feet moving, was able to fall forward, pick up the first down. Chains in motion. Marion County into Valley territory. That a way to start this drive as Valley took the lead to open the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Will Daugherty was like a pinball right there. Guys were bouncing off of him.
First and 10, ball marked at the 42-yard line. Jesse Insurance Agency scoreboard, 14-10. Valley leads this one with just under 10 minutes to play. Bone up the middle. Daugherty again. Daugherty going to take it. He's going to pick up 9, maybe 10. Doing a great job, man. He just hits that hole deceptively quick right there. Daugherty, you know, he keeps those feet moving.
You had Kiki Yoakum drive blocking his guy 20 yards down the field. So that's always good to see when your line is.
Let's get a Dr. Isaacs replay on that. I'd like to see Kiki with those feet moving right there. Check him out right here.
Right guard.
There he goes. Look at him. Look at him. Keep trucking, Kiki. Keep trucking. Look at him.
Pancake.
Boom. All the way downfield. Yep. Coach Carter will love that. Back to action. Daugherty again. 2nd and 1. Up the middle. Going to take it about 10 yards down to the 24-yard line. You know, this drive, Coach Carter, you know, one of those things, Daugherty's had some success. He's a senior. You know, one of those that as a coach, you say, all right, I'm going to give the ball to my senior. You know, the line's got to block, but go out and win this game.
Yeah, he knows who he can give the ball to right now. You know, now you got Valley on their heels, eating the clock up.
Yeah, they're reeling right here. You know, at this point, wing T versus bone, you may only get the ball 1 or 2 times the rest of this game.
Yep.
Will Daugherty again. That time Valley was ready for it. You know, setting up maybe something off the edge here.
Yeah, setting up that counter.
Yeah, or bootleg. I see something coming right here.
Carter
2nd
just
and 9.
set the play into Cox.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to mix it up right here, give it a different look. Or if they're feeling confident, may just keep feed the man. Got a flag, preliminary indication, false start against the Knights. Going to back them up. That'll set up a 2nd and 14.
False start, offense. 5-yard penalty remains. 2nd down.
Can't hang your head here.
$7.50 remaining. Knights threatening. Putting together a solid drive right here. Clock's rolling. Valley leads this one 14-10. Marion County breaks the huddle. Cox under center. Daugherty. Marple's in the backfield. Back up the middle, Daugherty. He's got another lane. Nice heads up, north-south run there by Daugherty. Going to pick up about 7. Now it's back to 3rd and manageable. Going to be about a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Caden Broyles, starting left tackle tonight, got a great push on that when you saw him 10 yards down the field. Also saw him help lift up his running back off the ground, which is what you want to see.
Brings up 3rd down for the Knights.
3rd and 7.
Make some noise to support our offense on 3rd down.
Big 3rd down.
Down ready. Cox back up the middle. Daugherty keeping them churning. Gonna pick up about 3. 4th and about 4. Well, payoff time. Here we go. Big play. Play's gonna go off with about 6 minutes to go. Marion County 4th and 5. trailing Valley. You know, you got to think if you don't get it right here, you're going to have one more chance to maybe punch it in if you can hold Valley this next drive. Huge play for tonight and future implications for the Knights.
Coach Henry getting the crowd into it.
Cox under center, bone formation. Down, ready. Yeah, they're going to throw it. Up top, Jaleel. Oh, it was tipped. Nothing there, no flags. Jaleel had one draped on him. I thought there was a chance maybe something was coming in.
Yep.
Just couldn't corral it right there. So Valley's going to take over. Still plenty of time for the Knights. 6 minutes to go. And now it's up to Marion County's defense. They're really going to have to step up right here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they know what they got to do to stop Valley right here. The game is not over. They need to stay positive.
Yeah.
Stay at home. You know, they've practiced all week for this.
Yeah. All right, Valley, Henning under center. Wilson going to take it. Wilson, nice run. Going to pick up about 3 or 4 right there. 2nd and 7.
You know, if I'm Valley, I'm letting the game clock get to 1 second.
Yeah, absolutely. Marion County does have 2 timeouts remaining, so that is good. Wouldn't take them this opening little set right here. Hold on to them. Henning under center. Handoff. Wilson going to pick up about 2. Going to be 3rd and 4 for Valley. You know, when he hands it off right there to Wilson on that, whatever it is, a toss handoff, I think he's still got the ball a few times.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's a lot of misdirection, a lot of trickery, a lot of discipline. You know, you could easily fumble in those situations. Looks like LCA is beating Washington County 42-14.
Hibb once again calling for everybody on their feet.
You know, big 3rd down. This
Big
is what
third.
you
Here
want.
we go.
If you're Marion County's defense, this is it. It's
This
what
is
you
it.
want.
Toss. Wilson. Can they stop him? No. He's going to pick up about 6 and get the first down.
You know, he's a guy, when he falls down, he gains
Yeah,
3
yeah.
yards, you know.
Yeah, those defensive linemen, they're going to be seeing number 1 all night, you know. Doing a good job not letting him rip off a ton. But now, you know, it's starting to, they're going to need their defense to go right here.
Yeah.
You know, it's time. This set right here, they're going to start using their timeouts. We need Valley to maybe give us a little movement earlier, back them up. They've kind of shut down on the penalties this half. That's the play we need. You know, it's going to be 2nd and 10, no gain right there. What Marion County has to do, they have to stay focused, all right, not let anything come. And just like we said, looks like Marion County is going to take their 2nd time out of the game. And with that, we'll take a break. All right, you listen to High School Football, G&G Production.
Marion County stands at the intersection of life, legacy, and vision. Welcome to Marion County, the heart of Kentucky. We're hiring today at Hendrickson Axle Company in Lebanon. Apply today online at work4h.com. Competitive wages, competitive benefit package. Hendrickson Axle. The world rides on us. The Lebanon Marion County Industrial Foundation. Welcome to Marion County, in the heart of Kentucky.
All right, back here. Believe we got a player down. Not sure on the number. Now, with that being said, would that save Marion County that last time out? or had they already taken it?
I think they had already taken it.
You know, it wouldn't matter, though, if an injury went down, it would resume, though.
Right.
The clock, whenever they blew it in, the clock would start. So they were going to have to use it. Number 28 down, that's Chance Smith. All right, Chance was having a heck of a game. We had just mentioned his name for possible player of the game, possible hit of the game. So a big loss there for Marion County's defense. He had been doing a good job on the linebacker slot, really favoring that right leg or ankle as he comes off.
He's battled a few injuries already this season. I hate to see that him come off the field. He's worked so hard to, come back.
Hopefully, maybe cramp and just can't put much on it.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. He's played a ton of minutes tonight. All right, setting the stage here. All right, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Valley leads this one 14-10. 3:42 remaining. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Marion County just took their second timeout. They got one remaining. As we said, right now, it's now or never for the Knights. They're going to use their timeouts on this little series right here, trying to get their offense the ball back. And, did Marion County take a timeout because the clock is running? So maybe they have two
waved
left.
it off, yeah.
They may have had 2 timeouts left and have elected not to use it yet.
Foot to foot.
If they used one, the clock should not be running. Wilson again. Going to take it. He's got some room. Need to knock. He is stepped out of bounds. No flag on the play. So that's going to give him a first down into Marion County territory. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it just shy of Marion County territory. The ball's going to be marked at the 47-yard line.
Sam Cameron and Matthew Gribbins checking in for Caden Broyles and Trey Yoakum there on the D-line. It's good. They got a little rotation there.
Keep
that
some
helps.
guys fresh. Here we go. 1st and 10. Wilson again. Cutting it back. Nice stiff arm there by Wilson. Another stiff arm. Could come away with a face mask.
They're going to get a late hit there, maybe?
I don't know about that.
I know. It's tough.
We'll see what the call is.
Just playing through the whistle to me. But
yeah.
Again, what do I know? That's why I'm up here.
Here we go. Let's see what the call is.
5-yard face mask on the offense.
Yes. That's what I saw because he didn't just, stiff arm it.
On the stiff arm, yeah.
Yeah, he grabbed it and pulled it down. That's what I saw. So that's from the spot of where it occurred. Is that correct? So he still gets the first down. We need to find out if Marion County has 1 or 2 timeouts because that's huge right now.
Yeah.
They should have 2 or else the clock should not have started after the injury. Yep.
Ernie Robinson's on the scoreboard. He's usually pretty spot on with it, but that is odd that clock would start.
Buck sweep. Wilson with it, and he's getting what he wants right now. He's finding that seam, and now Marion County is going to take a timeout. Appears it's going to be a 2nd and 4. With that, we'll take a break. You're listening to High School Football G&G Production.
You've surely heard of folks who have bought a car that turns out to be a lemon. Before you know it, your dream car turns into a nightmare with breakdown after breakdown. The same thing happens with car loans. You might think it's a sweetheart deal, but it turns sour overnight. If you have a lemon car loan, it's time to refinance with C&V of Lebanon. The rates are great. Application process is simple, and they'll turn that lemon loan into sweet lemonade. Stop by today or call 270-692-2113. C&V of Lebanon. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Washington County football is brought to you by the Springfield Presbyterian Church. As a family of believers, our purpose is to glorify God by loving Him, loving each other, growing in Christ-likeness, and making Jesus Christ known in word and deed. Springfield Presbyterian Church, 140 East Main Street, Springfield, Kentucky, or contact Reverend Clay Stevens at 859-481-6105.
All right, back here, Marion County appears they have one timeout left, 2:18 remaining, trailing Valley 14-10. So this is it. If Valley gets a first down, more than likely over. So this is a big stance right here. Marion County's D has got to come up with the stop. Got to pack the box right here. Take your chances. Wilson had some nice carries. It looks like they're going to go right back. Nope, they're going to go Gasway up the middle. Gasway going to pick up 2. Going to set up a 3rd and 3. And Marion County is going to take their last time out. So with that, we will take one more break, come back, let your friends know Marion County, huge play when we come back. Tell them log on, check out the final few minutes of this G&G production. All right, that's the stage. You're watching high school football at G&G production.
Let me take just a second to tell you about Beach Fork. If you like sporting clays, guided hunts, and lodging, well, Beach Fork Outdoors is ready for you. They're located amidst the beautiful rolling hills of Springfield, Kentucky, in the heart of the Bourbon Trail. The Sporting Clays course exhibits scenery unlike any other. With 12 stations, the Upland Bird Hunting Package offers a vast acreage of well-maintained food plots. The Parlor is our lodge. It offers hearty southern home-cooked meals and a private living suite with breathtaking views. Beach Fork Outdoors, 2938 Macville Road in Springfield, or call 859-481-5310.
All right, back to action. 3rd and 3. Got to think it's 4-down territory for the Vikings. Richie Buckler's still on. He's heading down the field, getting ready for our post-game show. Going to try to catch Coach Carter after the game, see what he has to say, or one of his assistants. Also announce the Farmers National Bank player of the game when that goes. Waiting for him to blow this one back into motion. Clock is stopped. 2:10 remaining. It's 3rd and 3. Marion County is out of timeouts now, so a first down will do it. So Marion County's defense need it. Big stop. Valley in the Maryland I. 2 fullbacks. Wilson in the very back. Here we go. Marion County selling out. Up middle to Wilson. Wilson lowers his shoulder and is going to pick up a first down. And that one's going to be tough. Clock rolls. And they got a first down. So, Rich, have you made your way down yet?
Yeah, I'm down here, Matthew.
Gotcha.
Clock's running.
Sounds good.
Looking like Valley's going to run it out.
Yeah, man, what a very, very good effort by your Marion County Knights. You know, had opportunities to win this one. It was a winnable game. Nothing that you know, it was just a great all-around game. You know, Marion County had their chances. Valley just came out at the end on top on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it is what we thought it would be. It was a slugfest.
Yeah.
Looks like Valley's taking the timeout.
Yeah, they let the play clock go all the way down. You know, their coach isn't going to want to take any chances here. So let's take another break. We'll bring it back and get right into the Lebanon Tourism Coaches Post-Game Show, Farmers National Bank, Player of the Game. Got a lot of stuff still to do tonight. You're listening to High School Football G&G Production.
The following is a paid advertisement.
The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located at 144 West Main Street in Lebanon. Ms. McCauley handles cases in many areas in law, including DUI, DWI, divorce and family law, employee rights, real estate, wills and estates. The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located in Lebanon at 144 West Main Street. Or you may call her office today for an appointment at 270-692-0684.
Back here, looks like Valley's going to be able to pull this one out in a district matchup against the Knights. We talked earlier on in the night, Marion County could fall anywhere from 2 seed to 5 seed. John Hardin, Valley beat John Hardin by a couple scores last week, so Marion County still has John Hardin. That game at the end of the year could come down to, who makes the playoff and who doesn't. So still a lot of work to go. Marion County still has Moore and John Hardin on their district schedule to finalize that seeding, but definitely one that they would have wanted tonight, but a lot of good things happened.
And still a lot to play for in this season. I think 2 seed was up in the air, but postseason hopes are still in reach.
Absolutely. Win one of John Hardin or more, and you're probably going to make it. And Valley's going into victory formation. Henning going to put a knee on it. Clock is going to roll.
Marion County's going to be able to go into the film room this week and see a lot of positives. Obviously, there'll be things to clean up, but I think on the defensive side of the ball, they were a good presence, did a lot of good things, a lot of things to build on this week.
Yeah, just a reminder, next week, G&G is back at Marion County High School for Marion County versus Ohio County. Marion County will be on fall break next week, but will still be playing football. So come on out, or if you can't come out, make sure you tune in to G&G. Valley going to put another knee on it. Let's see, they're not heading off yet. I thought maybe that would have done it. Looks like they're going to have to do it one more time, and that's going to be it. When they do, we'll take a break. Richie will be working on the field to line up those post-game interviews, and then we will wrap it up with our post-game show tonight. With that being said, clock is running, going to end this game. Valley's going to take this one in a district matchup against Marion County by the score of 14-10 in a hard-fought victory. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Post-game show, try to catch a few Marion County coaches, announce your Farmers National Bank player of the game, the Johnny Rocker hit of the game. Still a lot of work to do. You're watching high school football at G&G Production.
Snap, snap, snappy tomato pizza. We make your pizza with our authentic recipe. Snappy tomato pizza. Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily. Snappy tomato pizza. Snappy tomato pizza.
I'm ready for a snappy tomato pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com. At Farmers National Bank in Lebanon, we'd like to say, wow! Wow! Thank you for voting us the best bank in Marion County, the best checking and savings in Marion County, the best loans and lending in Marion County, the best mortgages in Marion County, the best customer service in Marion County, and the one we're proud of, the best place to work in Marion County. Farmers National Bank, we're here for you. Farmers National Bank, 136 West Main Street in Lebanon and 2160 Campbellsville Highway. Farmers National Bank, member FDIC. Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky. It's definitely the place to shop. Shop in Lebanon for that special spring outfit, for that just right fit for an upcoming wedding. How about custom tees? Downtown Lebanon has you covered, literally. No matter the size of your group, tees for schools, churches, businesses, clubs, and much more. Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky. Florists, gift shops, wedding attire, framing, and that just right fit for a pair of shoes. Check out Lebanon today and find out why they're a place to shop.
To a farmer, a handshake is as good as a contract, and a man's word is something you can actually build on. So to have an insurance agent who's accountable, trustworthy, and dedicated to providing the best customer service possible, well, that sure does go a long way. And that's why the farmers in Lebanon trust Jesse Insurance.
To hear more about their farm insurance products, stop by 101 South Spalding Avenue, across from the post office. Call 270-595-0000. Jesse Insurance, the agent with choices. Protect what you sow.
Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. is a second-generation dentist in his hometown of Springfield, and he and his staff invite you to his office at 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. They offer family dentistry as well as digital dentistry where no impressions are needed. Their all-digital technology allows you to get crowns, bridges, partials, and implants with no discomfort. Results are more accurate and quicker. For family dentistry, see Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield, or call today at 859-336-7680. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., a reason to smile since 1963.
Welcome back. Last segment, Lebanon Tourism Coaches postgame show. We're going to send it right down to Richie. He has Coach Vallis Mudd to wrap up tonight.
We're down here with Coach Vallis Mudd. Coach Mudd, tough loss tonight. It kind of was what we knew it was going to be. It's going to be a slugfest. What are your all's thoughts after this game?
Well, we knew it would be a slugfest, and we knew that they were going to come in here ready to win. They're out in the same shoes as us, so we knew that they would come in and fight and try to get this win and have a lot of faith in themselves. So we just got to keep on going to the drawing board, keep on getting better.
Right. There was a lot to play for tonight. I know everybody's wanting that 2 seed. People were thinking Spencer's the favorite, but, that 2 seed was up for grabs. But still a lot to play for this season. What's your all's message to the team going forward this next week of practice?
We got to go to the next one, prepare for our next opponent, keep fighting, keep on working, keep getting better every practice.
Well, I think we saw a lot of improvements tonight. Y'all are cleaning things up well. Big week of practice. Kids are on fall break. Y'all got a Little League game tomorrow, right? Who do we play?
We play Bardstown, and over in Bardstown at 10 o'clock.
Okay, guys, go out and support. It was Marion County Youth League night tonight, so go support our Youth League tomorrow in Bardstown. And next week we have Ohio County. Hey, you know anything about Ohio County?
Oh, well, not really. We're going to go and take some look at them tonight and see what they look like, and then we'll be able to assess what we think we need to do.
Good deal. Thanks for the interview, Coach. Good luck tomorrow and good luck next week. Appreciate you.
All right, Richie. Appreciate it, Coach Vallis Mudd. Nice enough to get with us in the pregame and postgame. So with that, let's start with our Farmers National Bank player of the game. Had a slew of options. Chance Smith played a well of a game on defense. Marples, another touchdown run. You had Will Daugherty battling it out. But one of the biggest plays of the night, one that put Marion County a good chance to get the win in the fourth quarter, was Will Kaminsky's 37-yard field goal. Will did a great job all night of putting us in good positions on kickoffs, and then that one right there gave the Knights the lead 10-8. So I believe we're going to make Will Kaminsky our G&G player, the Farmers National Bank player of the game.
Yeah, that's a great choice. Will Kaminsky, his field goal really shifted the momentum of the game. I think you mentioned it. The sideline was electric after he made that field goal. So I think he's very deserving of that award.
Absolutely. And before we get off here, the last thing we're going to do is our new sponsor, the Johnny Rocker hit of the game. And we're going to go with Chance Smith. We had a replay of it early. Chance Smith absolutely lit that kid up. So Chance Smith with the Johnny Rocker hit of the game. Don't be on the wrong side of a bad hit. And that other kid was on the wrong side of a bad hit.
Hey, by the way, some Valley fans just walked by and said that a lot of people from Louisville have been watching us tonight. So we appreciate those viewers from Valley tuning in. But yeah, back to Chance. Great hit. I think it was on a kickoff return. It was a key block. Provided some extra yardage there. Chance was laying the wood all night. So Johnny Rocker hit of the game, very deserving. Chance Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought they were maybe going to comment on your shirt. We didn't plan this. We actually wore blue and yellow tonight, Rich.
Yeah, I didn't know what they were saying. You know, I was trying to pay attention to you. I thought maybe they were coming at me with some opposition, a little trash talk, but no, they were very respectful. They were just shouting us out and appreciating the live stream. And G&G Productions is, you know, not just Central Kentucky, but we're in Louisville now.
There you go. That'll make the owners of G&G proud, getting that out there. So with that being said, we're going to wrap this one up tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Had a great night, a fun night. All the youth involved. Marion County fell to Valley 14-10, but they will be back in action next week at home on G&G against Ohio County. Thanks for tuning in. For Richie Buckler, this is Matthew Thomas. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
You've been watching high school football live and free on G&G Productions. Our coverage tonight brought to you by Jesse Insurance, Campbellsville and Lebanon, your independent insurance agency. Snappy Tomato Pizza in Springfield. Dr. Isaacs Jr. Dentistry, General Dentistry and Orthodontics. Farmers National Bank, by your side for more than 130 years. Lebanon Tourism. Lebanon is the heart of Central Kentucky. John Elder IV, attorney. Let Johnny Rocker work for you. Lisa Kearns, Exit Realty. The Marion County Industrial Foundation, putting people back to work. Springfield State Bank, built and growing on friendly service. Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain, attorneys at law in Springfield. Sarge Pollock for House of Representatives. Citizens National Bank. Danville Office Equipment. Beach Fork Sporting Clays and Upland Hunting. Don McCauley, attorney at law. Join us next week for exciting high school football live and free on G&G Productions.